Chapter 1, A Bet. Taewang POV. Everything is ready just as I want. The smile that never left my face widened when I saw the photo. Perfect. This is what I wanted. I waited for this day for the past 2 days. Last night, sleep wasn't being able to sneak inside me as I was preparing for it. The surprise. To the love of my life. I parked the car a block away from the school, where I always do. I took the box in my hand as I softly caressed it, just like I am caressing the hand of my love. Then I opened it, looking at the shining stones people consider as diamonds, but for me, they're nothing more than pebbles. Diamond is the person to whom I am gifting this. Thanks to the book she gave me last week, where I found a folded photo of this necklace, otherwise, I have no idea what to gift her. Touching the necklace softly, I imagine how brightly she will smile when she sees this. How my gift will enhance her beauty. Smiling widely, I put the box in my bag as I can't wait any longer to see the person for whom my heart beats. Grabbing a pair of glasses from the car, I climbed out of it. While walking, the thoughts of everything I will do today are running in my head. She will never forget this day, and so won't I. Today I will tell her everything, every single thing which I kept hidden from her. Today I will replace every lie with the truth. While walking, my feet stopped abruptly as my eyes landed on a flower shop. Yun loves flowers. Damn, how can I forget something like flowers? While looking at the bigger picture, I just forgot the most important thing. Damn Tay. I felt a soothing peace in my heart as I remembered my nickname. Only she calls me Tay, and only she has the right. Coming out of the flower shop, I sniffed the pure fragrance of red roses in my hand. She likes white roses, representing purity. Same as her, she is pure from the inside out. I saw many beautiful girls in my life, but never saw as beautiful soul as hers. But today is the day of passion, the day of love, and nothing can express my emotions better than red roses. While taking the fast steps, I entered my school, where some people were glaring at me while others were making disgusted faces. Well, being a nerd isn't cool. Is it? But still, she chose me, still, Yun loves me, what could be better than this? Walking on the cubicle concrete floor, I turned left, exactly knowing where I will find her. My heart starts beating harder as I am heading toward her. This is just a start, we have been in the relationship for just 1 month. There is so much more to come, so many surprises, so much love and immeasurable happiness. But what I saw next erased the smile which was plastered from the last evening. I felt like someone poured acid into my heart. The roses dropped from my hands as they turned into fists. My blood boiled looking at the view in front of me.
Yun POV. I am kissing Kai for the 3rd time, but the passion I felt in the first kiss hasn't tamed even a bit. Last month was so hard for us. I never expected I would be able to do it, but it seems like I wanted it so bad. And at last, it's worth it. I get what I wanted, just like always. I am feeling every movement, every touch of his lips on mine, accepting every drop of love he is pouring in the kiss. The rustling of the leaves of the trees around us is the only sound in an otherwise silent place. The sweet smell of flowers and the sunlight dimmed by the leaves make the atmosphere so peaceful. I am relaxed as not many people come to this place, of course. Why would they when the university has the best technology? Who would prefer nature? We got out of breath but didn't want to get separated. This 1 month's separation was painful. I can't endure it anymore. But just then I was yanked back by a strong grip, and, before I could do anything, a strong punch landed on Kai. "How dare you to touch my woman?" I heard the growl as I stared at the back of the man, exactly knew who it is. Taewang. A shiver ran down my spine just with the thought of what could possibly go wrong. Another punch came toward Kai as he fell to the ground. Didn't you think even once? Taewang is glaring at him, who is near his feet. I ran towards them as I saw another fist going towards Kai. I hold Taehyung's hand, stopping him. I looked at him only to see his dark, burning eyes. I shuddered at the look on his face. This isn't the person I dated for the last month. He was always soft and caring, but I never imagined him like this, even in my dreams. He jerked his hand away from my hold as his eyes were still throwing the knife at the boy on the ground. Taewang. The only word came out of my mouth as I am still processing how he is here. We talked last night, and he informed me that he is planning to take leave today. I gulped hard as he spared Kai from his killable gaze and looked at me. But the moment his eyes met mine, they lost their fury as his gaze softened. He instantly hugged me tightly while patting my back. Don't worry, Yoon, you are safe now. No one can touch you now. Before I could process what is happening, I heard a mocking laugh coming from the person I love. Taewang broke the hug as he glared at Kai, who is getting up from the ground while laughing like he had heard the funniest joke in the world. Your woman. Kai wiped the blood from his side lips, which was burst open from the first punch of Taewang. Someone like you can't get her in dreams also, and you have the audacity to call her yours? Kai said, taking a step towards us. Taewang is ready to throw another punch, but this time I was fast enough to jump between them as I spread both my hands, protecting Kai from the attack. Yooni, he merely whispered as he looked at me with disbelief. How can a nerd like you even think of her? Kai said, as I can guess, he is smirking behind me. Just look at you. Yin, what is he talking about? He asked in his cracked voice, as all the fury is replaced by fear in his eyes. I looked down, thinking about how to verbalize the truth that it can hurt him less. I know this time will come, but never expected it will come like this. Oh, so our smart nerd isn't able to grasp this concept, Kai said. No worries, I am not here for nothing. I can hear the sarcasm coating his voice. Kai back hugged me, making me off guard. I looked at Taewang, who didn't set his eyes off me. Tears welled up in his eyes. Baby, who is the love of your life? Kai asked so sweetly, melting me from his voice. You, I said as I touched his cheek with my hand as he kept his face on my shoulder. He pecked my cheek, spreading goosebumps around my skin. And who is he then? I looked at him as a tear escaped from his cheek, which he wiped instantly, looking at me hopef. I looked at Taewang as a tear escaped from his eyes, which he wiped instantly, looking at me hopefully. I sigh, looking down. Come on, Yan, you can do this. A bet. Words merely escaped from my mouth, but it seems like the loudest thing he ever heard. Did you get your answer? Kai released me. Now get lost. Taewang sighed heavily before walking toward me. Yun, this is not funny at all. He held my hand softly like he is holding a flower. It's a prank, right? I lowered my head as I couldn't bear his burning gaze anymore. If that's the case, then I am gonna kill him. I heard his growl again, and, before I could understand anything, he started choking Kai. My Kai. Anger rushed in my blood as I walked towards him, removing his hold from Kai's neck. I slapped him with all my strength. Didn't you get it at once? I love him. I love Kai. I shouted as I saw Kai coughing. But you're mine, Yan. I again slapped him. Kai was right. Look at his audacity. I am not yours, Taewang. I will never be yours. Stop dreaming of things you can't get, and I am one of them. I said as I gave him a cold glare before walking away with my love.
Author POV. Sometimes God gives us His most beautiful creation. A vase that can complete your life, and can give you every happiness you ever wished. But we don't consider it the greatest gift, we break it with our clumsiness. We didn't bother to pick up the pieces, we didn't try to join them. We just left the most wonderful creation of God broken in the mud. But when we stepped on the shattered pieces of the beautiful glass, we blame our fate, our destiny. We think our life is all about pain, not realizing we ourselves brought pain to ourselves. It wasn't written in our fate. Our fate was shining with happiness, but we converted it into a curse.
Chapter 2. Painful Betrayal. Yunp.O.V. I took another deep breath, still staring at the door. Kai squeezed my hand, which he didn't let go of, the moment I walked away from the university. He drove all the way to my house with one hand. His other was with me, giving me the assurance I wanted so bad right now. I know it will be hard for both of us when I will break up with Taewang, but I never expected his response like this. The moment when Kai was choking was flashing in front of me, torturing me. I will never play any of Kai's games anymore. What if I wasn't able to break the grip of Tae-dae? My heart shivered from unknown fear. I used to call him Tae-dae. He was always with me, never talking to anyone. Not making any friends was his unspoken rule. But still, he let you in. I unknowingly gulped hard, thinking I didn't break him, right? Everyone needs to have some pain to learn some lessons. Like you? Why does it look like you are going towards a battlefield rather than your house? Kai said, bringing me out of my thoughts. Come on, it's my soon-to-be in-laws' house after all. He dragged me, taking big steps towards the door while I was still trying to slow him down. I am not ready for this, not right now, but I am delaying it for too long. Now Kai will not accept any excuse. Yeah, says the one who didn't bother to at least peek in my house for a whole month, I said while fake glaring at him. He shrugged. So what? I was helping my soon-to-be father-in-law. So stay with him. Why do you come here now? I said, watching his steps getting slow. He knows how much I missed him, but no, he was busy helping Dad and his father set up the business. I still didn't get why you guys practically forced me to move in here. He stopped abruptly, turning me towards him. He holds my cheek with one of his hands and one of mine, which he was holding. Because I want the best for you, those tame universities don't deserve to have students like you. He pulled my face a little closer, making me look into his eyes, carrying love, care, and adoration more than what I think I deserve. You always deserve the best, and I will make sure you always get it. He kissed my forehead with so much care. He knows how sensitive I am to skinship. The main reason why in a 3-year relationship, we never exceeded kissing. Kiss, the gift I have given him on his birthday this year. My first kiss. He again pecked my forehead and looked at me with a big smile. The warmth in his eyes is melting me. This is what I had been missing for the month, his warmth, his love. My whole anger melted like ice with his few warm words. I hated the effect he had on me. I can never be angry with him for long. Shall we? He said, as I didn't realize we were standing in front of the door. And stop pouting like that. He giggled. Gulping hard, I nodded. This day will change my life, for good, for better, and for the best.
Taewang POV. Anything. Everything. And nothing. Nothing at all is helping me. The agony in my heart is killing me. It feels like my last day on this planet. Why? I shouted, looking at her photo in the frame, which always stays beside my bed to sparkle my nights and brighten up my mornings. How can you do this to me? The scream did nothing good than making my throat ache with dryness. Gulping down a large amount of whiskey, I stared at the frame. A tear unknowingly escaped from my red eyes. How can the photo, which used to be the light of hope, turn into a black hole waiting to suck me alive? I so wanted to throw the frame away, watch it shatter into pieces just like everything in the room, including my heart. But how can I? It's her. I wanted some peace, some warmth, some rest. Maybe then I can think straight, but every time I try to sleep, to calm my racing heart. The view of her kissing that loser came. Loser? But he has what you don't. The thought boiled my blood. I shoved down all 3 empty bottles from the table while screaming. If screaming can reduce the pain my heart is going through, I am ready to scream until I can't anymore. Until my throat starts bleeding, until my voice never escapes from my mouth again. But emotional suffering overshadowed every physical pain. I stood up from the expensive couch as I walked towards the king-size bed, which I had changed into the softest one for her. I hold her photo with both hands, fearing it will also vanish like the pureness vanished from her. "You didn't make a good move, Yuni," I said, sitting on the soft mattress. "You belong here." I patted the space beside me. Beside me, willingly or unwillingly. I kept the frame in the space beside me, where I wanted her. "You kept him before me. You choose him against me." I caress her cheeks, which is reducing my pain. "Now I will show you what you lost." I brought out my phone from my pocket, unlocking it, only to find another smiling photo of her. I stared at her, her smile felt like a knife penetrating my heart. How can she smile after giving me so much pain? How can she look so joyful while her hands are holding my bloody heart? When I am dying every second. "It won't last, Yuni," I mumbled while making a call. After a ring, it is picked up by one of my most loyal members. "Hello, Jack." I heard his slurring voice from the other side. Frowning, I looked around to see it's night already. Funny how time is running while my world is stopped the moment I was stabbed by the only person I ever loved. I want all the information about Lee Yun, every single detail by morning. Understand? I cut the call before getting any response. I know he will do it. How can he not? In the end, he knows me too well. "You will be again in my arms." I smiled, picking her photo. "But this time it won't be your safe place. It will be a cage. You started the game, I will burn it down." I lay on the bed as a satisfied smirk came to my lips, thinking about what's gonna happen tomorrow. I was right from the start. I won't forget this day. And I won't let her forget it either. This is the day which will change your life for bad, for worse, and for worse. Lee Yun. You did what you like. I pecked her photo. Now I will get what I want. I hugged her photo and closed my eyes. Hoping she won't have any nightmares tonight. As from tomorrow, her life will be her biggest nightmare.
Author POV. If someone loves you unconditionally, they can hate you unlimitedly. Hate and love. Same emotions, same chemical reaction in your brain, same intensity. But two extremely opposite things. People don't understand there is a thin line between love and hate and crosses it. Till now, Yun has seen the pure love of Taewang. But will she be able to bear his hate? Will she be able to survive his wrath? What do you all think?
Chapter 3. Uninvited Guest. Taewang POV. Here I am one step closer to my baby. A smile crept onto my lips, an evil smile as the door opened, revealing Mrs. Lee. I was a bit disappointed that my baby girl didn't open the door. I wanted to see her so bad. No worries, from today she won't be able to run away from me. "Hello, Mrs. Lee," I said to a confused, or I should say a little startled, Mrs. Lee. "Hello. Taewang, right?" she said. I smiled. She remembered me. I came here with my Yuni one day, but that day she introduced me as her friend. Today, I know why. Yeah. So. What took you to come here at this hour? She asked. It's early morning, and after knowing everything about Yun, I can't wait to see her. Only she can calm the storm inside me, she is my only cure. Am I welcome, Or did Yun ban me from the house already? I said, curious to find out if she was also part of the plan. Oh, come in. I entered my baby's house while her mother is still standing at the door. I look behind to see her looking at the guards who are following me. A smirk appeared on my face. This is gonna be fun. They are just to keep things in order, I said as I sat on the couch while she walked toward me. Her confused eyes have some fear of the unknown, fear which gives me satisfaction, peace and pleasure. Why are you here? She said, doing her best to hide the fear. Where is Yun? I said, looking around the room, I am so desperate to see her. In her room. Why? She is seated in front of me, but her gaze is flickering from me to my guards. Too bad, she is already scared. I didn't even do anything. Do you want anything? She asked, this time a bit softly. Yes, your daughter. I smiled, even the thought of getting her is so calming, how peaceful it will be when she will be in my arms. I wanted to know how it feels to have her in my arms. In the past month of our relationship, I never forced her to do anything. She is sensitive to touch, her body needs time to get used to new touches. What? She stood up abruptly, for a few seconds, her face was emotionless, or maybe she was too shocked to express anything. Yes, Mrs. Lee, I love your daughter, I want to marry her, I said a bit softly, maybe she is smart enough to understand it this way. She smiled softly while taking her seat again, she adjusted to the couch comfortably. Well, I guess you don't know her marriage is already fixed. I know, I said, not even a bit interested in this conversation. I am looking around, wanting to see my baby. Why isn't she coming out? She is engaged. She again said, testing my patience. I know, and it won't change anything. But she doesn't love you. She will, she has to. If she wants to live peacefully. I said with a smirk. Now, enough of talking, mother-in-law, I want to see my soon-to-be wife. Call her. Get out. She stood up again. I said get out of my house. My guards forwarded seeing her yelling at me, but I signaled them to back away. I stood up, looking straight into her eyes, which is filled with fear. No matter how much she tries to hide, it is clearly visible. She gulped when I stepped towards her. I shouldn't scare my mother-in-law, but she wanted it. You shouldn't yell at your son-in-law, Mrs. Lee, it won't be good for your daughter. I stood in front of her. What you are saying is not possible. A smirk appeared on my lips. What a stupid excuse. There is nothing which isn't possible for me. I won't even let your shadow fall on my daughter. She crossed her arms around her chest. I think you get your answer, now get lost. I clenched my teeth. She is really testing my patience. She is taking advantage of being my baby's mother.
Yoon POV. I am trying on my wedding dress, which I and Kai brought yesterday. I won't even get the chance of trying it at the shop as Dad called him for some work. I pouted. He lied when he said I am his first love. Work is his first love, and he is already married to it. I don't understand the need to start a business even when your studies aren't completed yet. But no, he wanted to be rich and successful at a young age. But a smile successfully escaped from my lips when I remembered his words. I wanted this to deserve you. You have so many wishes, and I wanted to fulfill each and every one of them. I never wanted you to sacrifice anything just because I am not capable of getting it for you. Those words are imprinted in my heart with an unremovable ink. It shows his love towards me, his dedication to keep me happy. That's the last destination of his every effort, which is my happiness. After our marriage, I will make sure to not ask anything from him that he can't give. This will be my way of showing love, soft and silent. I heard my name from outside, a male voice. I smile widely when I again hear the shout, this must be Kai. He always wanted to see me the moment he steps into the house. Running all around the house, shouting my name just to see me as soon as possible. But he is always a gentleman. No matter how desperate he is to see me, he never enters my room when I am alone. He trusts me so much that I will never break his trust. Never. Yoon. I again heard the voice, this time a little louder. Oh, how desperate he is just to see me. I look at myself for the last time in the wedding gown. It was his choice. I gave him full freedom to choose which gown I should wear. In the end, I am wearing it for him. And he keeps in mind my comfort while choosing the dress. That's what I love about him. He loves me, not my body, not my face, but me. I trace my finger at my exposed collarbones. This is the first time I am going to show this to someone, and that someone is my everything. Taking a deep breath, I walked towards the door. I will show him what he missed yesterday, just because of his first wife. Or I just wanted him to be the first to see me in this beautiful dress, in which I will become his for the rest of my life. Even the thought of marriage gives a weird sensation in my stomach. Kai is my soon-to-be husband. He deserves to be my first in everything, just like my first kiss. Smiling, I twisted the doorknob and walked out of the room. I can't look up. I am too shy to face him like this. While I have never been girly and always liked to compete with him, I can't help today. Blood rushes to my cheeks. It feels like it is burning, and I know I am blushing so hard, but I am blushing for my Kai. I walked with slow steps towards the hall, which is unusually silent today. Where Mom and Kai aren't able to find a topic to discuss today? Well, if someone says the whole world became silent, I can accept that for once, but not this. As curiosity brought the best out of me, I looked up only to wish I had never walked out of the room in the first place. There stood a person I least expected, the person I hurt intentionally. My body became numb as he took the slow steps toward me. He isn't wearing his cute Harry Potter glasses today. His penetrating gaze is burning my soul. His black shirt is embracing his muscular chest. I never expected to exist under his loose hoodie. But except for the physical appearance, something else also changed. His aura is so dark that it practically sends a shiver down my spine. Taewang, I whispered as he took another calculative step toward me. His soul-burning stare never spares me for a second. I wanted to step back, to turn around and lock myself inside the room. But my mind isn't ready to take any command. It went numb and unworkable. I don't know if it is because of fear or if he really became dark in just one night. His aura isn't familiar. He isn't familiar. The person I've known for the past month doesn't exist anymore inside him. I can see the dark soul beneath his perfectly milky white skin. I felt my knees becoming weak because of fear as he was still walking toward me with his dark vibes. I don't know how, but I know I shouldn't be close to him. He isn't in his senses right now. And with the help of my luck, my body overcame the shock, and the first thing I saw made my eyes teary. There is my mom, standing behind a muscular man who is blocking her from coming toward me. Please don't go near her, she said as tears flowed from her eyes. I again looked at Tae, who was following my gaze and turned towards me while smirking. You are ready for the wedding already? Sarcasm coating his tone to a limit, goosebumps spread around my body. I turned around to go back to my room. Talking to him right now isn't the best idea. I should call my Kai. He will handle him. But before I could take a step, I was being turned around and pulled. I stumbled forward and landed on his hard chest. He snaked one of his hands around my waist and pushed my body on his. You can't walk out this time, baby girl, he whispered near my ear. How dare he do something like that? I never let even Kai come this close to me. I pushed him and was about to slap him when he held my wrist. A good wife never slaps her husband. What the hell is he talking about? I looked at my mom, who was still standing behind the guards helplessly and crying. My heart clenched at her condition. My husband will be Kai. He goanna marry me, and I will be his forever, I said, mustering up my whole courage. He again pulled me towards him and held my both hands with his one. This will never gonna happen. I flinched at his growl as tears started flowing from my eyes. He isn't the soft person I know from the past. Today, he is someone else. Someone dangerous. I started crying under his grip. Please leave me, I said while sobbing. Don't cry. He wiped my cheeks softly while they again got wet with continuous crying. Is my baby girl scared? I stopped struggling after listening to his soft voice. Is old Taewang back? I looked towards him with teary eyes, only to see him smirking evilly. You should be, he said in his dark, calm voice. I started struggling under his grip. I don't know what he is up to, but I need to be as far as possible from him. Please leave me, I said between my sobs. Okay, fine, he said, jerking me towards him even more. I may grant your wish if you tell me who you belong to. I looked towards him for a second, not understanding what he meant, but then realization hit me. I started struggling more. I will never accept that. He will never win. It's useless, baby girl, you have to say it, he said, tightening the grip on my hand. Tae, stop, it's hurting, I said while crying in pain and helplessness. It should. He gritted his teeth while I closed my eyes. I am not a very patient man, baby. Say it before you regret it. I opened my eyes to look into his burning eyes. Those eyes, which used to be calm as an ocean, are now volcanoes waiting to erupt any moment. I gulp hard. I have to do this. Say it, you belong to me. I flinched with his growl. I belong to you, Kai, I said, looking into his eyes with my burning eyes. The moment words escaped from my mouth, he pushed me, making me fall to the floor. I wasn't afraid at this point. I am shocked. How can a person completely change in just one day? Is he the same person? Is he Tae I used to know? Or someone who just looked like him? He crouched near me while I continued sobbing. I can't help. No matter how much I try to be strong in front of him, his darkness is terrifying my very soul. He pulled me towards him by holding my chin tightly. So you want to play like this? He smirks, looking at me. Something evil is running inside his head. I hope you won't regret it because I hate sorry. That's it. I can't handle it alone. I want someone who stands for me. Jerking his hand off me, I stood up as fast as I could and ran towards Mom. Just praying to God he won't catch me. Why the hell did I decide to walk out in this dress, damn it? You made a mistake, baby girl. I hide behind my mother, hugging her from behind like a scared little child. I came here just to tell you about our marriage, and here you are pissing your soon-to-be husband, he said, pulling me away from Mom. I am not going to marry you. It took every ounce of courage inside me not to stutter this time. Oh, my baby girl is so innocent. Did you think I don't know? It's the peak of your bravery. He softly wiped my tears and gave me a soft kiss on the forehead, before making me face him. Now say it. Who do you belong to? Kai, I mumbled, not brave enough to say it out loud. But my bad luck, it was loud enough for others to hear. He raised his hand to slap me, but then he dropped it while making a fist. He glanced towards Mom, who was trying her best to help me, but nothing was useful. Again, he diverted his gaze towards me while clenching his jaw. I think you need to learn some lessons before the wedding, Mrs. Kim Taewang. No, you can't take her like this. I heard my mom's voice while he dragged me towards the door. Oh, don't worry, mother-in-law. Everything will be exactly the way you want at the wedding, except the groom. With that, he dragged me out of my house. Or should I say my used-to-be home, which failed to become my safe place. Chapter 4. The Horrible Start. Yoon POV. I am struggling so hard under his grip. I tried everything in those meters to stop him. But it seems the person always holds me like I am flour, forgets about everything. Isn't it you who forced him to do it? Arg, I can't let this happen. I don't even know what got into him. He was never like this. I can't accept it's him. He is angry. He is angry with me, and he has full rights. I will explain to him everything, and he will leave me then, right? Taewang, leave me, please, I said, trying to twist his hand, which is holding me like he is afraid. The moment he will leave me, I will run. Well, I will exactly do that. Please stop, We are already near the gate, where I saw his luxurious car. I was never interested in cars or status symbols of society. The most expensive thing for me is the heart. A person is worthless according to me if they don't have feelings, if they don't respect others' feelings. The heart is what makes people worth it, their behavior tells the brand, and their actions speak about the quality. Then what are you? Guilt tried to take over me, but I am persistent to be in the present, trying my best to get out of this situation. But nothing works on his iron-like grip. I can feel any time my bone of wrist can shatter into pieces because of the hold. He pushed me inside the car before banging the door close. I tried to open it, but it's of no use. I was banging the window when my gaze fell on the person who was standing near the door, looking at me with her teary eyes. The tears of helplessness and hopelessness fell from my eyes as I wiped my tears off and smiled at Mom before turning on the other side. My eyes burned with the tears I held for a few seconds. I don't know what will happen to me, but I wish for someone to come for my mother. She needs someone, anyone. My cheeks again got wet as my eyes became a waterfall of painful tears. Why are you crying, darling? Don't cry. Taewang wiped my cheeks while I was looking down, trying to bring something out of my mouth except sobs. I didn't do anything, right? Cry when I do something. He cupped my cheeks softly like before and made me look at him. Please, Leah, I tried to say something, but he put his thumb on my lips, softly pressing it. Shh, don't speak, don't cry, he said again, wiping my tears. Because neither your words nor your tears can stop me. With that, he started the car. His gaze is stuck on me, and I turned around, knowing there is no way of escaping right now. I waved my hands to Mom as I saw her figure disappearing because of the speed of the car. I hope there will be an accident and at least Taewang die. It wasn't a long drive, just a few blocks away from my home. Well, that's good news, which means I can escape from here quite easily. A faint spark of hope came alive inside me, but it instantly died the moment I saw almost 10 feet high door in front of me, which was opened by a guard, revealing a small and simple house. Well, with the car he drove, I expected a bit bigger house, but never mind who is going to stay here long. I am going out of this the moment I am getting a chance. Let's go, baby girl, the journey of your pain starts now, he said as he climbed out of the car. His calm voice and terrible words sent a cold shudder through my body. And another second, I flinched when the door opened. Lashing his hand out, he pulled me out of the car. I stared at him as he dragged me inside. The innocence which can melt even the stone, the cuteness which can rob anyone's heart, everything which makes him him, vanished. Now I am looking at the person whose jaw is still clenched in anger, while he never talks without grating his teeth. His aura is as dark as the fortnight without a moon. I can't believe it, I said, still staring at him, while my words stopped his steps as he looked at me with a somewhat confused face. I can't believe you are the same Tae I used to know. His eyes darkened as his confused face turned red, maybe due to anger. He took a deep breath before grabbing my nape from another hand and pulling me towards him. His grip tightened as he forced me to look into his burning eyes. You are right, I am not the same person, because the person you are trying to find died. Actually, you killed him yesterday. He leaned towards me as I tried to move back, but can't because of his tight grip. And now I am going to punish you for your crimes. I can feel his smirk as his hot breaths are hitting my ear. He backed away as he again started dragging me. I didn't struggle. I didn't say anything. My mind went numb at his words. I did this to him? Did I really hurt him this much? And for the first time a tear escaped from my eyes because of the guilt. The thing which I never wanted to do happened by me so casually. I thought it was a prank, but no, it was a mistake. Biggest mistake as it broke him. I killed my Tae. I killed an angel and turned him into a devil. I deserve it. Does it your fault that he is so gullible? Arg, I don't know what I should do. I made a mistake, no doubt. But isn't it be injustice to pay it with my life? I was in my own thoughts when suddenly Taewang pushed me inside a room. I look around only to find darkness surrounding me. There is no window or any source of light. The only source of light is the door, which is wide open. And there stood the person whose is more darker than this room. He walked towards me, while sound of his footsteps echoing around the room, telling about its emptiness. Why does Tay have a room like this? The closer he come, the farther my legs begs to run, but I rooted them on the floor. He is just angry, we can talk things out. But soon enough I regretted my decision. Before I can muster up some courage to bring something out from my mouth, he pulled me closer and spun me before back, hugging me, or more like squeezing me in his embrace. It's hurting me, it's so painful, not just physically but mentally. I never allowed anybody to touch me like this. I will never let it happen again. Damn, what are you thinking? What you can see, baby girl? He whispered near my ear as he kept his chin on my shoulder. I can't say anything. I started struggling in his embrace. I don't want this. I can't tolerate it anymore. His touch isn't soft or warm anymore. I am not feeling comfortable. Leave, M. Don't make me repeat again. My body shivered under his embrace. He tightened it even more as sobs came out of my mouth. The courage of talking and sorting things out turned to dust as I heard his deep, dark voice. Darkness. I said between my sobs. I wanted to cry out loud. I wanted to scream, to bring my fear out, which is making its place inside me. But what if it make him angrier? Taewang isn't in his senses now. Maybe he will do something worse than this. That's right. He snuggled in my hair, sending shiver down my spine. I was never so scared in my whole life, not in the worst. This is what your future held, and I dash. I wetted my dry throat with an attempt to defend myself. I can't surrender to him like this. Tay dash. Did I say you can talk? You are here to listen, obey, and serve. Got it. He squeezed me into his embrace even more when he saw my lack of response. Got it, baby girl? He said while gritting his teeth. Not wanting to make him more angry, I nodded like a child in fear. Good. He pecked my cheeks while my hands turned into the fist. It took everything inside me to not wipe his filthy touch from me. Now I will let it sink inside you. I stumbled because of the force with which he pushed me. Before I can turn around with my heavy dress, I saw the last ray of the light vanishing, followed by loud bang of the door.
Taewang POV. Whoa. That was amazing. I smile. I never expected that revenge could be that satisfying. Seeing her teary eyes somehow poured some water into my burning heart. Or more specifically, water mixed with gasoline. I smirked. This is just starting, baby girl, there is a lot of fun waiting for you. I walked towards the living room and settled on a couch, thinking about all the adventures going to happen in her life. Who says you can't write your own destiny? I wrote hers too, and I am her destiny. Was that her? A voice brought me out of my beautiful thoughts. As I saw the most annoying pair of eyes staring at me. I didn't know he had been there all this time. And would have never cared less. Who's gonna pay attention to this shorty when there is my baby girl in the same house? My blood boiled with the thought. I looked around, only to see the guards looking down. Well, better, for them. There must be something quite interesting inside your head. I never saw you snapping out. Jin-woo leaned back on the couch, still staring at me with eagle eyes. I rolled my eyes. Why is he even here in the first place? Obviously, to ruin my mood. I wasn't expecting you here, I said, trying to avoid the conversation going the informal way. I guess you did. He threw a file on the table in front of me. I smirked. Well, that's why I like him so much. There is no word like impossible for him. I opened the file, analyzing every single detail while I could feel an unbreakable stare on me. Save it for your girlfriend, she gonna love it. You know. I said, a bit uncomfortable with his gaze. This isn't the first time he looked at me like that, but still I hate what exists behind those dark orbs, and I won't allow anybody to do it. Tae, she isn't her, right? I looked at him while crossing my legs. Well, she is. Didn't you just drag her to the dark room? I smirked. This is gonna be fun. Actually, I did. For God's sake, Tae, you are forcing her. This is not how women are dealt with. He said, swapping back his hair, which covered his forehead when he bent down a little. I threw the file on the table, seeking everyone's attention in the room, but no one dared to look at me except Jin-woo. I tried your way, and she thought I was gullible enough to be fooled around. Tae, listen to me, Fi. She is going to pay for that. End of discussion. I stood up, ready to walk away. Then I have to tell Hyungs about this. My legs stopped by his words. I turned around to see him smirking. Well, now he is getting on my nerves. I sat in my place again as he cleared his throat to do something, which is sadly impossible for him this time. Release her, I am gonna talk to her. She will understand. She will realize. He started lecturing me, while I kept one of my expensive black cigarettes between my lips and brought out my lighter. I don't smoke normally, but sometimes it helps. A smirk glued on my lips as I lit my cigarette, but the flame of the lighter is still on. I glanced towards Jin-woo, who isn't looking any better than those professors in the college. I brought the pages from the file and placed them upon the naked flames, which are eager to burn them up. So you need to be soft-wit. What the hell, Tae? He stood up, glaring at me. I want them again by tomorrow. I stood in front of him while throwing the half-burnt paper on the floor. His eyes are not sparing me for once. Well, teasing him worth all the loss, and today he tried to preach me. So sad. Next time I will give you so much work that you won't be able to help yourself. Helping my wife will be another thing. With that, I walked towards my room. It isn't even half an hour, and people have started fighting for her. Well, too bad it won't do any good to her. Now you are in my prison, baby girl. Prison, which people might call your fate.
Chapter 5. The Sunny Date. Yoon POV. A day passed, or a few hours, or just a few minutes, I have no idea. I lost track of time long ago, as here I am sitting on the cold floor while hugging my knees and staring at nothing. Literally nothing, as there is nothing I can see except black fog, which surrounded me like a bug. Waiting for eternity for what is next on the dock for me. My eyes welled up with tears a lot of times, but I swore to myself not to cry anymore. I am not weak, I can fight for myself. I won't give him the satisfaction of watching me cry or be scared. I was never scared of darkness, it's my oldest friend. My savior, where I used to hide when rays of light try to burn holes in my soul. I spent so much time with it that it can never scare me, not even in a million years. But it wouldn't be a lie if I say this darkness is way more thicker than others. Before, this black fog used to save the light inside me, but today this darkness is consuming me. Maybe it's because of the knowledge that I can't get out of this room on my own will, or is it because this place somehow retains the aura of its owner? I shuddered when my brain flashed the dark eyes of Tae in front of me. The eyes which don't have love, softness, or passion but darkness. Endless darkness. I can't actually believe a single betrayal can extract every emotion from his eyes. It's hard to digest that if he was so hurt, then how come he overcame it in just one night? No matter what I did, but still his actions aren't justified, and I am sure my parents will come to save me if, by my hard luck, I can't escape from here. I hugged myself tighter as an unknown feeling of insecurity is ceasing my brain from working. I saw the main exit, and the house isn't complicated enough that I won't be able to fetch the way out. But the only problem is the tall gate. I didn't observe it closely to find if I can climb it or not, but nothing can be a stupider attempt if I do. Concentrate, Jan, you have to do it. I tried to motivate myself as my brain stopped taking commands from me. This place isn't giving me good vibes, weakening my will as time passes. The hammer of darkness is continuously striking on my glass like hope, making me believe there is no way out, making me forget that I can go out of this. I started jerking back and forth while clenching myself as hollowness started conquering my emotions. When I finally stopped those mental attacks and got a grip on myself, I heard the loud click of the knob in the silent room, followed by the sharp rays of light I was craving to see, but now it is blinding me. I covered my eyes with my hand, partially because of the blinding light and mostly because I was trying to hide the fear I am experiencing. My heart is ready to break my ribs as the footsteps are becoming louder and louder. All the courage I mustered up till now was again scattered like before as my eyes welled up with tears again, and this time I couldn't stop them from flowing down my cheeks. Proving my vulnerability in front of the person who wanted to see it, who is somehow breaking me from inside. Hammering the walls which hide my... Arg, stop this. I hide my face inside the palms, as trying to shove away all those voices which I intentionally forgot for more than a decade. It's nothing like before. He did nothing, but the similarity of fear and helplessness somehow became the key of the door I never wanted to unlock. Suddenly, the echoing footsteps stopped, making my heart race. I slowly peeked, only to see the black pair of shoes. I didn't dare to gaze upwards. But another moment, I am standing straight as one of my arms is roughly held by Tae. Did my baby enjoy her me time? He mocked me while his lips had a smile, which is showing pure evilness. I stared at him with puffy eyes as tears refused to stop on my command. All these attempts to be strong, all the thoughts of fighting back, vanished like they never existed. There is something in him which is so terrifying that the idea of standing against him seems impossible. Sad I wasn't there to hear your sweet cries and pleas, he said in the softest voice ever as he cupped my cheeks. Gulping hard, I thought of taking a step. I have to do it. There is no one for me. No Kai to protect me from bullies. Kai. Damn, why did I recall him? Never-ending tears escaped faster from my eyes, but totally for a different reason. How is Kai? Did he even know about this? Is he trying to save me? I stepped back, walking out of his grip as I wiped my tears. There wasn't any. I stared into his eyes, doing my best to hide the fear behind my fake curtains of courage. No? He asked as he took a step towards me. Too bad. He pulled me towards him as his words, coated with sarcasm, echoed in my ears. He touched my cheeks, making me flinch. He giggled, caressing my cheeks. Don't worry, baby girl. I have pretty much surprises for you to bring out those pleas. He smirked as he started dragging me out of the black hole to maybe somewhere worse. He dragged me from that black room to the living room, which is filled with sunlight and the artificial royal light of the chandelier. I tried to look around, to find a way to break out, but black spots dancing in front of my eyes. I can't figure out the fine details. You are lucky. I am not too harsh on you, baby girl, Tae said as he jerked me a little forward while dragging me at a pace I can't match due to the heavy dress, which I am still wearing. I wanted to stop him, I wanted to resist him, but I know it's of no use. I was never being very strong physically, my strength lies in my head. I am smart, good at mind games and brainwashing. At least that's what my teachers think. But I never tried to take advantage of it. But sometimes we have to do wrong deeds for our advantage. Like breaking heart? Arg. I am not really sure now whether my heart is with me in this fight or vice versa. Never in my life was there a tug of war between my logic and emotions. I am a thinker, a loner. A person who can see through anyone. I built a wall between two things which feels like weakening now. My heart is thinking while my mind is numb, not because of darkness or the switch of personality of Taewang, but because of the words my heart voiced. I am not sure anymore. I am the same person who used to value the heart over everything. How can I do this? I am not any better, I am worse than th. I shook my head, trying to shove away the thoughts as I looked around the room, which is covered with walls with pictures of the beach. The depth of my thoughts didn't let me notice when we entered this room. But it's odd to think of a room that is bright like this while there is a black hole under the same roof. He dragged me to the other end of the room, opening another door. And soon I squeezed my eyes for a second because of the blinding sunlight. I hid my eyes from the other hand as my legs never stopped stomping on the floor. But soon I felt warmth under my feet, and that's the first time I realized that my feet are unprotected behind the long gown. But then realization hit me as I looked around with my dropped jaw. Did he really have a house by the beach? I looked around to see a lonely beach with no one around it as far the sight goes. But Tay didn't care about my curiosity as he didn't reduce his pace, considering my attire, which is harder to manage while walking on uneven sand. I was busy looking around to find even a single person when he stopped abruptly and jerked me forward so I could stand beside him. I looked forward, squinting my eyes. But another second, my eyes widened. Did he lost it? I thought as I looked at the place, which was decorated blankly. I can't understand what is he up to. First, he said he will make my future dark, and now he dragged me here. For a date? In the hot summer afternoon, with this ridiculously heavy dress, he wanted me to have lunch under the grace of sunlight. What do you see? He pulled me towards him by holding the back of my neck, putting all its pressure to make sure I can see the carpet of red roses near my feet. Wait, they look a bit dull to be honest. Well, looking at decoration, it clearly did a hole in his pocket, but having dyed flowers here somewhat shows how much he valued his so-called love. If I were you, I would have started answering, as repetition comes with a cost you won't like to pay, he said in a dangerously calm tone. But being a soft person I am, I let it slide this time. So tell me, what did you see? I sniff back the tears of pain as my feet start burning and his pressure on my neck isn't helpful either. Flowers. A dark chuckle escaped from his mouth as his fingers were piercing my skin. I am sure it will leave a mark there. Nope, baby girl, they are not flowers. It's my heart shattered and dead under your feet. He gritted his teeth as he pulled me even more closer. As you made this mess, I want it clean. He pushed me on the flower carpet. Who does he think he is to order me around? I am not his slave to accept his every order. What if I don't want to? I turned around, crossing my hands on my chest, glaring at him. I won't surrender in front of him. He thinks he can make me obey. He chuckled before pulling me back from the soft and cold carpet to the burning sand. He cupped my cheeks, making me look at his eyes, which were red and glaring at me. No is not an option, baby girl. It's either you do it now or when you will be desperate to sit. He shrugged his shoulders like he is just teasing me. Choice is yours. I gulped hard with the mere thought of standing here under the sunlight, which is piercing my skin to the core. He can't be serious, can he? Don't think anyone will come here to save you from the devil. It's only up to you how less struggles you want in your life, he said as he turned around and started walking, leaving me here under this merciless heat. And for your convenience, the trash bin is back at the house. He didn't grant me a glance while going out of the sight. I just stared at his disappearing figure in this chiseling summer, while sweat is covering my forehead. Devil, I murmured before scoping the handful of flowers. The task was far more difficult than I thought. Walking into the hot sand wearing a wedding gown while hands are carrying flower petals. I didn't know how many times I was about to fall while lapping on the same route. The flowers are hard to keep from falling, and, because of that, I have to make 2 more rounds as Kim Taewang, aka the devil, wants no sign of his so-called shattered heart. But what was more harder than doing this was to see his smirking face near the stairs where he kept the trash bin. God, how badly I want to erase that smirk from his face. His comments on how hot I am looking in the summer, or how much desperate the sweat on my body makes him, or how much he loves me. His comments just made my blood boil. And now again he is dragging me back to the house with the same unbearable pace after inspecting everything with his own eyes. My pure white dress is having nothing pure in it anymore. My legs are aching so much I doubt they are bleeding. Sweat is the permanent companion in this journey, while I am sure my face is red by now. Did you enjoy your first task, baby girl? He mocked while dragging me back to the hell. I never expected you to look so sexy being exhausted. I guess you are overworking for me more often now. He laughed at his humorless words. My hands on the dress clenched tightly as I stopped myself from spitting something out which won't be in my favor. The battle between my thoughts and emotions was tamed in the struggle of conquering shade as soon as possible. But still, I know my brain won again. By doing this, every ounce of guilt of what I did to him vanished. I came out of my thoughts as I felt immeasurable pain on my soul. Unknowingly scream left from my mouth, halting Taewang's steps. I looked down to see the cold stares staring back at me. I never expected stepping on a cold floor after struggling on sheer hot sand would be so painful. I closed my eyes, mustering the courage to take another step. Tears of pain are traveling down my cheeks from the time Tae dragged me back. But soon enough, I was lifted by Tae. I wanted to stop him, curse him, make him realize it's all because of him. But the moment my eyes met with soft eyes, no words came out of my mouth. I felt like a cave woman who knows no language other than eyes. His eyes. They carry genuine concern and care. I looked away. How can someone act so flawlessly? Is it hurting that much? His voice was soft and filled with love. But I am not dumb. I won't fall for this trap. Put me down, I said in a stern voice. He looked at me, then rolled his eyes and continued walking inside. I said, Shut up. He growled. If I hear another word from your mouth, I swear I will cut your tongue. I bit my lips from saying any further as his eyes turned from soft to dark in a second. I silently let him bring me to the room, which I thought had a beach painting on the walls. How dumb I am. I unknowingly pouted. You look cute like that. I heard his soft voice. I instantly became normal. This compliment sounded genuine than those he mocked me while looking at me in pain with an amused face. But who cares? He softly laid me on the couch of the bright room, and I looked around through the window wall to see the beach, which saw my suffering. Tears again welled up in my eyes. I wanted to get out of this place as soon as possible. God knows what he planned next for me. I looked at the open door of the balcony, smirking at me. But I stayed still. Even if I escape from here, I won't be able to go long enough. I need to be smart. You will never be able to escape, baby girl. I saw him sitting in front of my legs on a chair he must have brought from the table on the side. He smiled, looking at me, while his hands dipped a fluffy towel into a bowl filled with water, which is kept on a tray with a first aid box. When did he bring all those things? I thought as he drained the extra water from the towel and extended his hand to wipe my legs. I hissed in pain the moment the towel touched my soul. Is it hurting that much? He stopped and looked at me with worried eyes. I will be more careful. As he said, he wiped my legs more softly, determined not to hurt me more. He is now applying ointment on my wounds while blowing it from time to time, as they are burning. And here I am just staring at him continuously. I don't know why it feels like his concern and his care are not fake. I can't remove my eyes from his eyes, which are on my legs while his hands are touching me like I am a flower. Why are you doing this? He looked at me with a confused face. When I broke your heart, why are you taking care of me? I expected him to become angry and spit poisonous words towards me, but all he did is smile painfully and resume treating my wounds. After a few seconds, I heard his soft voice. Because inside every shattered piece of my heart, you exist. I hate myself for the fact that I can't hate you. I will give you pain, but I am the only one who will cure you.
Author POV. Sometimes the most beautiful flowers have the sharpest thorns, but it doesn't reduce the beauty of the flower. It just increases its worth. Taewang loves her, but the pain she gave him is unbearable. She is there to divide his pain, not to take it all for herself.
Chapter 6. Devil's Lunch. Yoon POV. After yesterday's lunch, which Taewang fed me from his hands forcefully, he didn't return. He took me to one of his rooms in his arms and lay me on the bed. He didn't look back and walked out of the room. Dinner was brought by one of his men who didn't spare me a glance, as if he did, he would be beheaded. Well, that's too much to think, but still, he looked terrified while stepping into the room. I looked at the necklace I had been holding while thinking. This was a gift from Kai. That day is still imprinted in my memory like it was yesterday. Say it back, Kai said while holding my hand softly. I took a deep breath, acting as if I were nervous. No. I blurted out and ran from there. I heard his footsteps while I couldn't stop giggling while imagining his shocked face. It took him a few seconds to realize what actually happened. And that's my head start. Yuna, don't run like this, you will get hurt. My fast steps slowed down instantly as my smile vanished. I turned around to see him running towards me. "Got you, Yuna," he said, embracing me, his arms keeping me safe inside. "Sorry if I got you worried," I said, getting inside his embrace even more. "I don't know what I ever did to deserve him. Actually, I never deserve him. I am not even pure for him. Still, he loves me, cares for me. I am so lucky." "I don't want to hear this," he said while patting my head softly. I broke the hug and turned around to go when he back-hugged me. "Say it," he said while placing his chin on my shoulder. "No." He kissed my cheek, making me blush against his arm. "Now say." I shook my head, getting another kiss on another cheek. "I love you, Yuna." I can hear hurt in his voice. "I hurt my Kai?" I hold his hands, which are losing their grip around me, and wrap them more tightly. "I love you too, 3, 4, 5 million, I whispered. He hummed before freeing me from his grip. I bowed my head. Did I hurt him that much? I was just messing around. And that's when I felt a cold metal around my neck. My fingers instantly went towards it as I held a beautiful silver heart pendant in my fingers. Kai back hugged me, while making me hold the pendant with both hands. He leads my finger to the back of the pendant as his breath is hitting my cheek. "Press it, sweetheart," he said in such a sweet voice, my heart melted instantly. I pressed the button which is beneath my fingers at the back of the pendant. Kai opened the heart as it contains mine and his photo on each side of the heart. "Did you like it?" "I love it," I said, as I mean every single word. Such a small but precious gift, which tells everything he can't express in words. My father gave this to Mom after marriage. It's a sign that she will be in his heart always. He pecked my cheek. "But I can't wait till our marriage. You were, you are, and you will be inside my heart. Forever. No matter what." Tears brimmed in my eyes as I missed his warmth. I don't know how he... Did he eat anything after knowing about me? Is he finding me? I wish I could see him as soon as possible. The click of the lock brought me out of my thoughts as I hid the pendant inside. Yes, I am still wearing that cursed wedding dress. My life turned upside down the moment I touched it. I did take a shower, but there was nothing in the wardrobe, nor I am willing to take anything which is owned by him. Kim Taewang. My eyes traveled down as I looked at my pure white wedding dress, all dirty and torn up from the bottom, as it was stuck on the corner of the bed before. I sigh. I don't know when all this will end. I looked up as I felt someone coming towards me. The moment my eyes met those dark orbs, my breath hitched. I scooted back, sticking my back to the bedpost, hoping he won't cover that distance. I wasn't expecting him. I thought it was another guard with the meal. Tears unknowingly fell from my eyes as I saw him taking dangerous steps towards me. "Don't come near, Tate." "Oh, my baby girl is scared of me?" He cut my words while sitting beside me. He wiped my tears, but gripped my chin because of my lack of response. I nodded slowly as he loosened his grip and started caressing one of my cheeks with his thumb. "You should be." I shiver from his calm voice. "I know something is coming for me. Tite." He put a finger on my lips. "Shub, baby girl. I brought a gift for you." He put his hand inside the coat's pocket, as for the first time, I noticed he was wearing a suit. Why is he wearing a suit? I saw him in a hoodie and yesterday in a t-shirt and jeans. But never in a suit before. His all innocence is vanished now. He isn't the Tate I used to know before. Soon, he placed a white card bordered with a golden border. Tears continuously stain my cheeks as I know what it is. It was a dream I saw so many times. Dream which turned into the worst nightmare. "Open it, baby girl." He placed the card on my lap. I picked it up with my shivering hands, hoping it isn't the thing I am assuming. May it be a mere coincidence. But deep inside, I know the truth. I just need to accept it. The moment I read the matter inside the card, my eyes filled with tears. Which we created with so much love, so much hope, so many dreams. Everything was the same, just as I wanted, except one thing. The most important one. Groom's name. Tears fell on my cheeks when I saw Taewang's name in the place of Kai. He can't be serious. I am not going to marry him at any cost. Did you like it? I looked at him with pleading eyes while he smirked and tugged the hair on the back of my ear. Leaning forward, he whispered. "Don't cry, it's just the start." He pecked my cheek before leaning back. Things are getting worse than I ever thought. I really never thought my life could take a turn like this. I wouldn't have messed with him. I should have explained to him. But I can do it now. Still, there is time. How much time will it take to persuade someone? An hour or two? I can do this. I should do. For the love of my life, I can't just give up on someone because of whom I am still alive. I wiped my tears, looking towards his burning eyes, which didn't spare me even for a second. Tay de least. I dare you to say that again. I flinched at his sudden outburst. He holds my cheek, squeezing it painfully. Who am I? Taewang. I whispered slowly, trying not to bite my cheeks under his painful grip. Sink this thing inside your little head. Next time I won't forgive you. He freed me harshly. I closed my eyes, taking a deep breath. I can't give up like this. I will explain him, he will understand. Tay. He glared at me darkly. Wang Pli. Let's eat. I have to, he said, getting up from the bed. Just listen to me, please for. I flinched from his loud scream. Cut me again, Yun, and I will cut you into pieces. I slammed myself more on the bedpost as he leaned towards me. He is scary when angry. I never saw this side of him. I never expected him to be like this in my worst nightmare. He is so different from the one I know. Maybe I am just wasting my time and energy on explaining to him. I should just try to escape. He isn't ready to listen to me. I shivered when he softly held my chin, but tightening the grip. I hold his hand trying to lose, but it makes him tighten his hold even more. What do we say when we make a mistake? I closed my eyes as tears again betrayed me. In such a short time, how much he made me scared of him. I am sorry. I stuttered while sobbing loudly. No one ever shouted at me in the house. Even Kai never became angry with me. Shouting is another thing. I flinched when I felt his hands on my cheeks. I sobbed more loudly, hugging my knees. I want this over. He can kill me, but why torturing me slowly? He wiped my tears slowly, while my body started shivering under his touch. I sobbed more loudly when he removed his hand and hugged me. I keep on crying. His embrace doesn't have the warmth which I am craving. Only Kai has that warmth. I am really sorry. I will never do it again. I sank my head between my knees, trying to hide myself from everyone, especially from the devil beside me. Shoo, don't cry. He patted my shoulder, tightening his hug. I will never shout at you again. I promise. He patted me softly, hiding me inside his embrace. I promise I will never shout at my baby girl again. Ever. He patted my head. Your Taewang promise. I looked at him slowly, while hiccups escaped my mouth uncontrollably. Why is he doing this? First gives me some hope, and then shatter it into countless pieces. He softly wipes my tears and caresses my hair softly. Stop crying, I will never shout at my baby girl again. He smiled softly. Okay. I blinked my eyes to make sure I am not hallucinating. He really promised me something like this because of my panic attack. But suddenly his smile vanished as his eyes darkened. Okay, baby girl. I can see the darkness of his words around the room, making me nod like a child. I don't want to make him angry again. He slapped my cheeks softly before getting up. Good girl. But next time answer it in one go. He picked me up slowly. Let's go.
Taewang POV. It's so peaceful having her in my arms. I never picked her before this. Yesterday, when the first time I picked her up, my body shivered with the amount of satisfaction it gave. I looked at her, who is looking down with her teary eyes. I wanted to give her the same pain she gave me. I wanted to see her crying, pleading for mercy. But, her tears melts me. My eyes darkened when I realized this is how she tricked me last time. But not anymore, baby girl, you will suffer, you will pay for what you did. I make her sit on the dining chair as my men are serving the food while bowing their heads. I made it clear what will be the consequences of putting their filthy stare on her. So sad for her, she can't even get a shoulder to cry on except me. I never want the presence of women in my house, everything is done by men. At the end, they are useless and can't even protect themselves if needed. I sat beside her while serving her plate. Taewang, I will do it. I heard her shivering voice. I smirk at her innocence, she didn't understand the situation. Well, no worries, I will let her explore. How horrible a mess she is in. I saw her hand trying to take the food on another plate. My blood boils. How dare she? Keep your hands to yourself if you don't want me to tie them, I said darkly. She quickly backed off, hiding her hands behind her back. I smile, she doesn't learn the easy way. I have to do this to her every time. I look at her as I keep the plate. She is looking at her lap while sitting on her hands. She is looking so cute, like a dirty kid who played the whole day. Well, she is a dirty kid who played with my heart and eventually broke it. But sad now, every piece will be like glass pieces that will tear her every hope and dream. That wasn't the first time. She looked at me with confusion. He kissed you, I said under my breath, chewing every word. My blood boils thinking I am not her first. She gave her first kiss to someone else. She took some time but nodded slowly, making my hold clench on the spoon. If she hadn't admitted I would have still found out. But good for her that she did. Or bad. I shove away the thought as I take the first bite of the food. Her every meal is tested by me first. I always make sure it isn't harmful for her. The only thing which is harmful to her is me, and no one can save her from me.
Yoon POV. How long? His voice is so cold, I felt my blood freeze in my veins. I am sure something is coming for me, and I won't be able to avoid it. I thought of lying to him. I looked at him, and he is busy sprinkling some pepper on the food. I want truth, baby girl. If I find out you lied, punishment will be unbearable. I hold my dress tightly with my sweating hands. Wetting my dry throat, I opened my mouth to say the lie. 3 months, I said truthfully. I don't want this to get worse. So he's been devouring my soon-to-be wife from Bloody 3. No te. My words stuck on throat when he glared at me with his dark eyes. I looked down, cursing myself. No one is responsible except me for his rage now. A deep sigh is released beside me before a finger makes me look at his calm eyes. His switches of moods are dangerous. So my fiancé is protecting her ex now? I gulped hardly, trying my best not to shiver. What will he do now? You can't do anything if I want to harm him. But lucky him, I don't want any bloodshed before my wedding. My eyes sparkled, at least Kai will be safe. I never thought I would have to take the pain of this part, too. But his next words brought me out of my thoughts. But you should be pure for our first kiss tomorrow. Right? He said, our word with so much possessiveness that my soul shuddered. He again picked up the chili sprinkler and started pouring it on the plate. My eyes again welled up with helplessness. He isn't going to do what I am thinking. He won't hurt me like this. Right? He brought a spoonful with food in front of my lips. Open your pretty mouth, baby. Taewang, please, I am sorry. A tear drops from my eyes as I apologizes for something I am not guilty of. No, baby, you can't deny when your lovely fiancé feeding you. Can you? I shook my head, afraid of his dark voice. But sealed my lips. I looked at his eyes, which were getting darker every passing second. He raised an eyebrow. We aren't disobeying, are we? He said with a you will regret it tone. He pressed the spoon to my lips, making me open my mouth slightly. He shoved the full spoon inside my mouth harshly. The moment food entered my mouth, it felt like someone shoved burning coal inside it. My whole mouth is burning like a fire. I started coughing as tears started streaming down my cheeks. I was about to spit it out when I heard. We shouldn't waste food, wifey. I looked at him with pleading eyes. Swallow it. He said it with such a demanding tone I know nothing will change his mind. I swallowed it, and it feels like someone just poured burning liquid inside my throat. From the teary eyes, I saw a glass being filled in front of me by him. I looked at Taewang, who is busy with food. I reached out for my savior when my hand was slapped away. Do you want me to tie them? I will feed you. He deadpanned. Please, Taewang, don't do this. Please. I begged in front of him, but immediately shut up when the spoon reached in front of my mouth. Sho, it's not good manners to talk while eating. Do I need to teach you table manners too, baby girl? I shook my head, hating the idea of being with him even for a second more than needed. Good, he said as he squeezed my cheeks with another hand and shoved another spoon. The time when the food was finished felt like eternity. I wanted it over really fast, but Taewang is taking his sweet time in preparing every spoon. I know he was doing it intentionally, but I am helpless. There were so many men surrounding the room, but no one looked up even once while I was hissing from pain for almost half an hour. My tears didn't halt for even a second. My mouth, throat, and stomach are burning, while sweat covered my face as I was fanning my mouth, trying to ease the burning sensation. Here, the last bite. He shoved the food inside my already open mouth. I chewed it as fast as possible and swallowed it. Then he made me drink the water. As soon as he finished, I got up and started running towards my room. My wounded soul isn't able to bear the cold floor, but I don't care. I wanted to be as far from this devil as possible. He is really heartless. Who can make someone suffer like this while he claims he loves her? The moment I entered the room, I directly ran towards the bathroom. I opened the tap and started drinking as much water as I could. No matter how much I drank, it didn't help. I took a step back as I looked at myself in the mirror. My face is red, my eyes puffy, and my lips red and swollen. I am continuously hissing but helpless as to what I can do to reduce this pain. It is burning my internal parts. I cried harder looking at my pathetic state. I am not the same Yun I was a few days ago. I am not strong anymore, but weak and broken. And this time there is no one to glue my shattered pieces together. I started sobbing loudly, not able to keep it inside anymore. Why does it come back to me when I wanted to run away from it so badly? Why can't these feelings, those memories, let me live peacefully? I started choking on my sobs but didn't stop. I hope the pain also comes out like my tears. I slapped my back on the wall and cried harder. But suddenly I felt the burning sensation returning. I ran towards the toilet as I felt like throwing up. The food I ate with so much pain came out. I am coughing while my throat is aching. Suddenly, I felt a hand caressing my back softly. Then I felt my hair being tied back as I am still throwing that disgusting food. I am turned around when I am finished and quickly caged by the arms. He is patting my back softly while sniffing my neck. Feeling good now? He asked in a soft voice, reminding me of my Tay-Day. I started crying even more. Why he can't be like this? Why does he have to be so cruel? Sure, it's okay, he said, wiping my tears. Let's go. I am so sorry, Tay, I said, shivering in his arms as he picked me up. I am really sorry. I won't do it again. I don't know why I am apologizing, but I don't want to get hurt even more. He held me even more closer as I am hiding my face in his chest, my tears soaking his shirt. I am shivering from this closeness, disgusted with myself for seeking comfort from the devil. But I am tired. I can't fight, at least not today. Maybe I will put on a fight again tomorrow, when I am more stable than now. He placed me softly on the bed, but the moment I saw his face, my heart raced with fear. He is the reason of my suffering. He is the one who broke the walls I built in all those years. I brought my knees near me, hiding myself from him, but I hissed in pain when the skin of the soul stuck on the bedsheet, making it peel a bit more. TSK. You shouldn't do that. You already opened the wound, he said with so much care, while bringing my legs back to the previous position. Like he isn't the reason of my pain, like he didn't cause these wounds. Why is he doing this? Why is he giving me so much comfort when later he will snatch it away and shove me into that world again? My soul is sliced open, my throat and mouth is burning like I can spit fire. My eyes are tearing up continuously and I have a headache. But if someone gives me a chance to run out of this hell right now, I will take it willingly with my whole heart. Here, take these. I saw a few tablets on the devil's hand. It will ease your burning. I just kept staring at it, knowing he isn't lying. But this is what is worse. He treats my previous wounds so he can give me new. He gives me a ray of light only to shove me back to darkness. I pushed his hand. He is worse than them. He is killing me from inside. He is playing with my mind. I will not take his comfort anymore. I don't want these, I said, wiping my tears for the 100th time since the minute I stepped into this house. You can remove that fake mask of. He put a thumb on my lips, shutting my mouth again. I looked into his eyes to see the slightest guilt, but there isn't any. What else can you expect from a devil like him? His thumb travels down my lower lip as his eyes are stuck to mine. He pulled my lower lip, softly but firmly. I opened my mouth when he pulled even more, now too tired for his games. I will let him do it for now so that he can leave me alone. I don't want him to stay near me even for a second. He pushed the tablets inside before making me drink water. How much I would have appreciated his efforts if he had given it when I was begging for it. But how can I forget he was the reason I was begging for water in the first place? I don't want my Yoon to suffer when I am here to take away your every pain. Wait. What? Is he serious? Even a person who is totally out of his mind won't say these words. He hides my face on his chest as again he is hugging me. But I didn't struggle. I didn't push him. Now he will express how much he loves me and then leave me alone here. I want him out of this room as soon as possible and never show me his damn face ever again. Picking up another fight will make his visit longer than it already is. Sometimes just giving in for some time won't harm, right? He got up, releasing me from his arms as he walked towards a mini refrigerator, which kept beside the nightstand. Wait, this wasn't there before. Well, why am I even surprised? He can do whatever he wants. Who will stop him in the end? No one actually did when he dragged me out of my house. When he has kept me for almost 2 days. I again wiped the tears which rolled down when I remembered my mom's crying face. My hate for him increased. I had never seen her cry before. She was the light in my world. The one who always cheers me up. And he made her cry. I never hated anybody this much before. I hate you, Kim Taewang, with my whole heart. He sat beside me with my favorite ice cream in his hand. But I was glaring at him, exposing my hatred. I made sure to show him how much I loathed him, how I wish he died this very second. Don't be so hot, baby girl. Your ice cream will melt. He chuckled at his humorless joke. I looked away as he brought the spoon near my lips. I thought I could sacrifice anything for ice cream. But I was so wrong. I can't, and I will never give up on my self-respect. How dare him expecting me to obey his every order like a slave? Come on, Yan, it will help you. He turned my face towards him softly. But who does he think he is? First, he gives me pain, then shows himself as a savior. What do you think you are? I crossed my arms, sitting beside him with injuries, but if he thinks he can rule over me, then he should know better. Your soon-to-be husband. He shrugged his shoulders like it's the most obvious thing to say. I glare at him while he is busy mixing the ice cream on the spoon, which is now melted. This will never gonna happen, I said in the most confident way I could in this situation. I don't want to. Sad, we need to deal with disappointments in our lives. He said with fake sadness covering his face before showing me a smirk. God, how much I want to erase that smirk from his face. I want to see regret in his eyes, the pain I am suffering just because he has the power to make me. And that disappointment is yo. I coughed badly as he shoved a full spoon of ice cream when I was talking. My throat is still dry and burning from his torture, and it has turned worse. My eyes teared up because of coughing so hard. But then a harsh grip made me look up. You really like to test me, right? He said, enjoying my state. I didn't stop coughing, but he didn't free me from his grip. Such a devil he is. My face jerked forward as my teary eyes met with his dark ones, which turned darker because of anger. Don't make your life harder than it already is. He freed me harshly, as now I am sitting silently under his penetrating gaze. His face suddenly changed from angry to soft as he brought the spoon again in front of my lips. I opened my mouth quietly. Provoking him isn't the best way to bring him down. If he is angry, he will use his strength, which is my weak point. Why didn't I thought about it before? Maybe by now I would be free. I swallowed as he started feeding me all lovingly. But only I know what he is trying to prove to me. Why are you doing this to me? I asked, eating another spoon as it is somehow easing my pain, but at the same time burning me from inside due to disgust. I am eating with another man's hand when I already have a fiancé. It's the same question I could have asked. His deep voice echoed inside my ears. I looked down, and this is the only regret of my life. I somehow did the thing I never meant to do. Maybe I should have told him before, then things could be different. Or maybe still I can turn the tables and escape from the destruction waiting for me in the future. I can't let him destroy my life just because of a prank. If I am guilty, still, it isn't fair for me to suffer my whole life. I can explain, I said, still looking down. Breathing heavily, trying not to break down in front of him again. I already represented myself as too weak. Not long enough, a finger lifted my chin, making me look into his smirking face, which is trying its best not to show the pain I can see clearly. Trust me, baby girl. You can't. He said in a tone which tells there is no use in arguing. While his next words send shivers down my spine and shatter my last hope mercilessly. You played with my feelings. Now you will be my toy.
Author POV. Sometimes we just snatch something from someone, not knowing it's the last piece of hope we are taking from them. We unintentionally break them so badly that they will never be the same again, depriving them of the light they deserve and shoving them into the world of darkness again. But there's a saying. The breaths of an injured beast are more dangerous than his roar. If that person pieces himself together again and stands up, they will make sure to give you the same pain. They will make your world as you once made theirs. But in this process, they forget that even a single ray of light is capable of vanishing the darkness.
Chapter 7. Forced Preparation. Yoon POV. I think he is right. We should just end this. I heard a voice from the other side of the dead silent room. The only thing which is echoing around the black room is my breathing sound, which isn't calming down. But I have to look normal. Not yet. I am not done with her. My heartbeat accelerated even more when the creeping sound of an old metal door rustling open echoed in the room. Time for your next task. The creeping sound of the door closing again echoed before the locking sound, snatching my every hope. I opened my eyes, breathing heavily, sweat covered my body as my heart is beating on another level. I looked around the room with teary eyes to see something which can calm me down. The posters of an angel, which Dad pasted on the walls, Maka to hug or my mom to make me realize I am okay, that I am safe. But I found myself in the unfamiliar room. My heart throbbed harder due to fear. No, this room can't give me comfort and protection. It can only give me nightmares. A tear rolled down my already sweaty cheek. I pulled my knees towards my chest before hugging them and hiding myself into myself. Embracing myself because I am all alone, all to myself, just like before. Shivering badly, I am rocking back and forth, crying hard, sobbing loudly. Trying to reduce the fear, trying to console myself. I know the truth, I know it from the start. This won't work, it never did. I need warmth, I need assurance. Which I can't get as long as I am in this house. I looked up, wiping my cheeks, which wetted again as I stood up, only to feel soft furs under my feet. I remembered Taewang ordered to cover the floor with fur carpet when he was treating my wounds yesterday. No matter how much he tries, he can never give me comfort. I can't live with him. I will never marry him. It isn't a week, and he broke all the walls I created with so much effort. I started getting panic attacks and nightmares started. I don't know what else is in the line, but I can't wait to see it. No, I can't marry him. I can't let all my efforts from a decade just go to waste like this. I can't be like that again. I need to run away, I need to escape. For myself. For Kai. For Mom and Dad. I looked around the room with my shivering body and blurry vision. There is nothing which can help me out except the door. In the past 2 days, I didn't bang the door or scream or plead to let me free, but this doesn't mean I didn't try to escape. But no use, the lock is of advanced tech and I haven't tried breaking the lock in almost a decade. I never noticed how much things had changed until I am stuck behind the door, which I couldn't break. So the door can't help, but then my eyes got stuck on the curtains on a wall. It's the only wall in the room which have curtains. Maybe a window could be there. I walked towards it as fast as I could, while my feet are hurting, but my fear is overpowering any external pain. I slide away the curtains only to find a big window. My hope lit up as I touched the hot glass of the window, which is showing beautiful view of sand and ocean in the weak sunlight of the morning. If it were a normal day, I would have stayed here till the end of the day to bless my eyes with nature's beauty. But right now, I have to get out of this hell, which is covered with the illusion of beauty. I brought out a hairpin with my shivering hands and put it inside the lock. I can just break the glass, but I want it to be as silent as possible. The longer they take to notice my absence, the farther I can go. And I don't have to run aimlessly to save my life. I know where to go, where I can get help, where I can hide. I groaned in frustration when the wire of the clip broke and got stuck inside the lock. Now I can't open it. I need to break out to claim my freedom. I look around to see a table lamp. It seems the only thing which could be helpful. That devil made sure there aren't many things inside to attack him. Not that I ever thought of attacking him, not in this state. But it's the only explanation I can come up with. There is no furniture, not even a chair or table. No drawers in the nightstand. I tighten my grip on the neck of the lamp before slamming its butt on the window. I expected it to shatter the glass into pieces, but what shattered down is my hope, as there isn't a scratch on it. I wanted to shout in annoyance, but I need to be practical right now. I again hit the window with more and more power. Agar. I screamed internally before continuously slamming the lamp on my last hope of freedom. Slowly my hits became weak as my body started shaking harder due to crying. I didn't let the light of hope vanish, but every unsuccessful hit is taming it. But I keep on trying. Maybe this hit will crack open the window and my way to freedom. Done. My attempts abruptly stopped, and my body froze. My weapon of freedom dropped on the floor, making a sound which is crushing my helpless soul. I turned around to see him leaning on the doorframe with open door, teasing me with slight ray of hope. His aura is as dark as his pure black suit, staring at me with his dark eyes. If you're done, get ready. We are leaving in half an hour. He pushed himself from the door, taking slow steps towards me. I sat on the floor while hugging myself, my body trembling, looking at the reduced space between us. He is that cruel Taewang. He is not my Tae-dae. I don't feel safe around him. You don't want me to repeat, right? He said with his deep, scary voice while standing in front of me. Get up, we don't have time. I hugged myself tightly to stop the shiver, but it didn't do any good. I am still shaking under his dark stare, which is piercing my heart. I will not go anywhere with you, I said in a merely audible voice. I scooted back when he crouched in front of me. My eyes didn't leave the spot where his pure black shoes were a while ago. I am so scared right now, but I will not obey him. He maybe broke me yesterday, but today I am again pieced myself together. I balled my hands tightly when I felt my head being raised. Mind repeating it, darling? My soul shivered hearing his deep voice telling me not to disobey him for my own good. But I am too stubborn to accept my defeat. His eyes are stabbing my courage, but I gulped hard. I will not let him win again. He tightened his grip on my chin, clenching his jaw. I can't make him more angry. His strength is my weak point. Tae, please. I tried my best to make him feel guilty, to make him feel responsible for my state, but I saw nothing. Sheer darkness is all I can see in his eyes. Every emotion which flows from his eyes before is dried now. I felt a tight grip on my nape, but I am still staring at his hollow eyes. When I was pulled forward, his face was inches away from mine, and his hot breath felt cool on my sweaty face. Didn't I tell you, you can never escape from the devil's den? Now you are expecting me to show mercy on a little brat like you. His merciless voice brings goosebumps on body. I am shivering under his grip, but he didn't let me go. Neither did I try. It's useless. I can't fight with him. I can just make him understand his sins. I am not asking for mercy. I am asking for my rights. It took everything from me to say without stuttering. No matter how much I am scared, I can't show this to him. But my boosted courage didn't last long. When a dark chuckle echoed around the room. Rights? He pulled me closer while his face hardened. You don't have something like this in your life now. Before I can defend myself, I am standing on my feet and being dragged near the bed. I expected you to check how strong your cage's bars are, but now be a good girl and get ready. He took the dress kept on the bed and handed it to me. This will look so good on my baby girl. The moment I looked at the dress, my hands became weak and my body became weak. This simple dress felt like having tons of weight. The dress is strapless. The upper part before chest does not exist. The white wedding dress slipped from my hands as tears slipped from my eyes. No, this is not reality. This is not happening. It's just a nightmare. Everything will be normal. More tears rolled down. My mind isn't ready to accept my words. Its grip on reality is too strong to take any type of false comfort. I stepped back as my eyes lingered between the dark gaze of Taewang and the pure white wedding dress. I won't wear this, I said in the most confirmed voice I can have right now. TSK. Do you really think there is any value of your opinion? He picked up the wedding dress and walked towards me like the devil from hell. Wear it when I am asking nicely. He shoved the dress into my hand before turning around. Please, Tae, not this dress. A gasp cut my further words as I am pinned to the wall with a harsh push. His deadly stare stuck on me as his angry breaths are stroking my face. I didn't dare to divert my eyes from him, not knowing what he would do next. Half an hour, baby girl. I want you fresh and ready. Otherwise, I won't mind doing it by myself. I was frozen by his words as he turned around and walked out silently. Tears rolled down from my cheeks and soaked into the white fabric, which is the main cause of it. I took a deep breath and walked towards the bathroom with my helpless body and numb brain. You are 5 minutes late. My steps halted, which are proceeding towards the bed. I didn't bother to look at the person who is making a joke of my life with pleasure. I am standing still, shivering. Maybe because of the water, or maybe because of the unexpected presence in the room. I didn't remember if the water was hot or cold. My brain was numb to notice any type of pain. My eyes are still on the floor when I heard footsteps. If I say I am not scared, nothing can be further from the truth. But still I didn't budge even an inch. I know there is no way I can run away from him right now. My attempts will just amuse him. My hands fisted on the towel which is covering my upper body. The tight grip didn't help me to reduce the fear of the person standing in front of me. I am still shivering while staring at the black shoes in front of me. I slightly flinched when I felt a grip on my shoulder. Soft like a feather, still unacceptable. Still from the person who lied to me. But you betrayed him. I am turned by the soft force as I didn't waste my energy on struggling. I didn't have to look at Taewang to know his evil smirk is plastered on his face. I heard him taking a deep breath, or more like inhaling my scent. I closed my eyes, trying to stop tears from betraying me again. A gasp left my mouth when his fingers brushed my arms. As I shove myself into the darkness, my other senses are hyperactive, every movement from his side. Goosebumps spread over my body with his soft touches, maybe because of the knowledge that it's not the person I wanted to touch me, or maybe because I can't stop him. My fist tightened around the towel when his hands covered my hands on it. His grip wasn't tight, but I can't break through it either. My heart is racing as with fear, adrenaline is rushing in my body, making it hard to think straight. My eyes shot open when his hand softly but firmly started opening my fist. No, this can't be happening. He can't see me like this. He don't have any right. My long-stopped struggles started again. But it's of no use. I felt like a weak deer who is caught in the lion's grip. Struggling to get free, who is struggling for its life. But can't melt the stone like heart of a lion. I can read your eyes and you don't have to hide it from me. No one will be able to touch you when I am beside you. TD's soft words roam around my ears. The way he protected me when someone tried to bully me. The way he comforted me when I was afraid. I looked back into his eyes when his hands are busy loosening my hold on the last piece of hope. It's not just a cloth he is removing, he is snatching my last hope. My freedom to cover myself, to feel protected under them. Hope was shattered when I saw his blank eyes with nothing but darkness. No emotions, not even hate or anger. It seems like I am looking at a soulless robot inside a human body. A tear dropped from eyes knowing he won't read my eyes. He won't understand how he is breaking me. How his every action works like a slow poison to my soul. His cold face, his evil smirk, his heartless behavior felt so unfamiliar. He isn't the same person who walked out of this room yesterday. He is the replica of Taewang, but still totally a different person. What have you done to yourself? I said, but words vanished because of the thick atmosphere around the room. Suddenly, I felt air bracing my upper body. I was so busy in looking for some emotions, some way to stop him, that I didn't realize the loose grip of the towel. But you're worth every second of my weight. His cold lips, just like his tone, are brushing my back, making me shiver and disgusted by his touch. I try to bend down to pick up the towel, my last savior. I can't afford to be so vulnerable in front of him. He will kill me willingly if he gets to know about my weakness. But he back-hugged me, caging me in his embrace. Look at yourself, baby. How beautiful you are. How perfect you are. He whispered near my ear. I can hear his heavy breaths like he is struggling to control himself. My heart races with the thought, this can't be happening. I won't be able to survive this time. I looked forward to see myself caged in his arms. Tears streamed down my pale face, tears of helplessness, tears of hopelessness. How much I tried to hide behind the clothes, to never seduce anybody. How careful I was always. Only to end up like this. In a wedding dress which is exposing me so much. Which is nothing less than a nightmare for me. I looked at myself with disgust as the biggest day of my life, the most awaited day, which gives me the hope of moving on, turns into the most horrible joke of fate. It tainted my faith in goodness, my hope in God.
Taewang POV. Finally, the time comes which I have been waiting for so long. The moment my eyes set on her, the only dream my eyes saw was to be hers. Just like she will be mine today. I smiled, setting my white coat and buttoning it gracefully. The thought itself made me feel such a blissful sensation. I never thought anyone could make me this strong at the same time, so weak. But no worries, she will always be my strength. No matter whether she wanted it or not. I am her destiny as I wrote her fate with my own hands. There is nothing in this world which Kim Taewang wants and can't get. And you are no exception, baby girl. I looked at myself for the last time to make sure I am not looking any less than my baby girl. Well, no doubt she will be the most beautiful person there today. Everyone will burn with jealousy from inside knowing what I have, and they never can, and especially that loser. Her so-called ex. I smirk. I intentionally invited him to the wedding. I am eager to see his pale face. I will break him. What he thought he could get away with after challenging me. A nerd like you don't deserve her. I can't help but laugh, thinking how lucky he was to stand behind my Yun's protection that day. Otherwise, I would have broken his every bone with his courage. My phone vibrated in my pocket, notifying about a message. Well, I wouldn't have bothered looking at it if I didn't already know who it is. Opening the message, I smile widely. She is looking no less than an angel. My angel. My light. My darkness. I ordered the makeup artist to send her photo as soon as she gets ready. I can't wait to see her. I remember threatening her not to resist anything they wanted to do. After all, it's our marriage. I want to make it memorable for everyone, even if it means she will remember some of my warnings too, then so be it. I caress her face in the screen after makeup. I sent her to the best parlor before coming back to get ready to make her mine forever. She is looking so beautiful, just like a blessing. Blessing for me. Just only one thing is missing. Her smile. But no worries, today I will forgive her for everything. After all this so-called prank of her, made her mine far earlier than I expected. From today, she will be the queen who will rule over my house, my people and my heart. She will be the queen of my heart. Heart. A faint smile appeared on my face. I never accepted I had a heart until it started beating for her. She is my happiness, and I will keep her happy always. She is born to rule over me, destined to be mine, fated to be beside me, her whole life.
Author POV. Sometimes we assume our struggles ended when they have just started. We think we became worthy like gold while we are just carved out of the cave. The real struggle didn't even begin. The flame which will make us shine and priceless like gold didn't even touch us. We just wanted to run, not knowing every pain will reward us tenfold in happiness. Every second of crying will turn into joyful laughter. Everything you curse now will become your biggest blessing. Just give yourself time. Let time carve you into what you are meant to be.
Yoon POV. Fisting the soft material, I sniffed my tears back for the 100th time. Not that I am happy with this marriage, but his warning is still ringing in my ears. I don't want to make him angrier than he is right now. I need to stay calm and obey him. I need to protect myself from him, but fighting is not an option for that. There will be a war, but it won't end with bloodshed or death. It will end my misery. This will be the war which I will announce against him, with my strength in my field. I looked out of the window to see his black Mercedeses, which were surrounding my car. It's not like I didn't thought of escaping when I stepped out of that hellhole. But my hope was crushed the moment I realized his guards were surrounding me. My car is empty, but I am sure there are more than 20 men keeping eyes on me. What the hell does he think of me? Jackie Bloody-chan? I look down again, as the only thing I can see is black cars from every side. I don't even know where I am going. Where is he taking me? I again wiped my sweaty palms as my heart is beating faster than any car. I am going to get married. I am going to marry that devil. My eyes again welled up. I never thought my marriage day would be my biggest nightmare. Why does it always have to be me? Why every time do I have to suffer? What did I do to deserve this? You know what you did. My heart skipped a beat getting a reply, reminding me I put myself into this mess. But didn't I deserve a chance of explaining? Can't I make it up to him without destroying my life? Isn't there any midway? A negotiation for my life? We arrived, Mississippi. The driver's words brought me out of my thoughts to the reality. A reality which I despise with my whole heart. But before I could say anything, another guard opened the car door. I sigh heavily. I can't do anything. There is no use in arguing. They are just obeying Taewang's order. And there is no way they will cheat him. I saw their loyalty when no one even took a glance at me when I was suffering. Taking another deep breath, I calmed my heart before collecting this insanely heavy dress. I stepped out of the car. The moment I walked out of the black Mercedes, bright, hot sunlight landed on me, reminding me of the summer, reminding me how this sunlight saw my misery, how it knew about my wounded soul. I felt a hot sensation on my exposed upper body, not because of the sunlight, but because of the men around me. I never felt so vulnerable when I knew no one is staring at me. I know Taewang won't tolerate anyone's gaze, especially that of the people who are under him. He was always possessive about me, even when he pretended to be good. But it didn't help me to feel good. It didn't make me feel protected, but my soul is burning from his wrath, his anger, his revenge. I am his bride, and he shoved his wishes on me. He forced me to wear something which don't make me feel like myself, which makes me feel fake. And then he wants me to love him back. Love? This isn't love. When we love someone, we understand their problems, and we make them comfortable around us. We give them a ray of hope in this dark world. While Taewang just snatched away every hope from my life. And now he is snatching my right to love, my love. He is shoving me into this meaningless relationship caused by my betrayal and his revenge. All clear, miss, you can enter. Mr. Kim will be here in a few minutes, one of his guards said. His words made me feel relieved. At least for some time, he won't be around me. I can breathe without fear for now. Grabbing the dress from the front, I stepped towards the church. The place where Kai and I decided to bind our lives, where two souls turn into one until death do them apart. But now it's looking more like a graveyard to me. Graveyard where all my dreams and happiness is lying dead. I gulped down the lump in my throat, forcing myself not to cry. I can't make him angrier now. When he can make my life a hell. When he is finding every reason to hurt me, to make me suffer, I can't provide him another reason. While the fact that I am obeying him because of the consequences didn't slide from my conscience, sometimes we need to step back before our greatest jump. I am not giving up. I am not accepting my fate. I am just waiting for the right time. I am just trying to make this time of hell as less painful as I can. Guards opened a decorated door, which is leading to the red carpet path towards the aisle. My heart stopped a beat when I entered into the room where God resides, which is known as the place of God, where evil can't enter. But today, a devil will enter here and snatch my every hope in front of God. Yoon. I heard a familiar voice, but before I could comprehend, I was embraced by strong arms. I wanted to get free, I wanted to struggle, but I didn't. I felt something which I had never felt in the devil's arms. Warmth. Care. How's my child? Did he hurt you? Dad, my dad is back. My savior is here. Now no one can hurt me, force me. I wrapped my arms around him tightly and started crying. I cried and cried and cried. I cried. For all the pain I bear. For all the warmth I missed there. For all the memories which I can't deal alone. Dad patted my back, trying to calm me down. He tried to break the hug, but I tightened my grip on him, hiding myself into him even more. Why weren't you there? I was so scared. I cried harder, not caring about the ruined makeup, which Taewang specially ordered not to mess for my own good. Shuh, it's all right. He patted my back, comforting me softly. Now I am here. No one can hurt my princess. His words somehow gave the assurance I was seeking from the moment I saw the real devil disguised in my Tae. My heart calmed inside his warm hug, my fear disappeared under the protected circle, and slowly my sobs reduced. Slowly, my tears stopped narrating the story of my pain. Dad broke the hug and made me face him. He cupped my face, not like Taewang, which felt like an iron grip, but softly, like I am a flower. His flower, which he nourished all these years. I looked into his eyes to see the agony of seeing his daughter like a mess. He wiped my wet cheeks, and it's then I realized the one who was patting my back wasn't Dad. I turned around with fear, with hope. And yes, my hope won. This isn't a cursed day now, but the day when I will be free again. I looked at my anchor, the person who never let me drown inside the deadly water of the past. Dad is my savior, my protector. No one touches me when I am with him, but Kai, he is the angel who brought me out of my misery. Who helps me to forget there is any misery, any nightmare, any past I wanted to forget. He filled my life with light, which destroyed the darkness. He was the fragrance of hope, which vanishes the smell of helplessness. I instantly hugged him. Tears again made their way to my cheeks, but this time due to happiness, I felt so secure between these pillars of my life. They are the shield who take every arrow whose aim is me. It's okay, my love, I am here. He caresses my hair, patting my head. Kai, we need to hurry, Dad said as we broke the hug. Kai nodded while I am looking at them confused. What they're talking about? That's when Dad stepped towards me, receiving my attention. His eyes are well up with tears. I despise the fact that they are because of me. Dad, don't cry. I wiped his wet cheeks, and the next moment my hands are in his hold. He pecked my palm so gently, while I knew something is off. He never expresses his love physically. He knows how sensitive I am. You trust your dad, right? I gave a single nod. My heart is beating as an unknown fear again made its way to my heart. We are sending you away from here. I arranged everything. You will stay with one of my friends until your studies are over. My heart stopped. No, this ain't happening. I am not leaving my parents here to suffer. I am not going without them. I shook my head as tears threatened to drop from my eyes again. I wanted to refuse with words, but helplessness in Dad's eyes is gagging me. This is the only way, princess. Please do it for us. I won't be able to forgive myself if something happened to you. I closed my eyes, swallowing back every misery, every pain, every fear. They are doing it for me, otherwise, they would have never set me far from them. I opened my dry eyes, dry from every emotion, every weakness. I will fight this time. I nodded slowly, looking at Dad, who reciprocated my act. Kai will drive you to the airport. Suddenly, I felt a soft cloth on my shoulder. I looked up to see the coat of Kai covering my exposed skin. I smiled, looking at him. He understood, my love understood my discomfort like always. Let's go, he whispered as Dad gave my hand to him. I nodded, still gazing at him. I will be far from my angel. Maybe this time he wants me to be independent. We walked at the back door of the church, which is dusty and dark, covering my pure white dress with its filth. But if this filth can save me from becoming dirty, nothing can be more pure than this in my eyes. I consider the fact that Taewang hasn't forced me till now. But who knows for how long I can be safe with him. And I will never get this golden chance again. My heart is racing faster than any sports car. My body is covered with sweat as I am passing the dark corridor. I am heading towards my freedom which I was craving for the past 3 days. But for some reason, my heart is not calm. It isn't accepting that I can be happy after this. The fear is still wandering in my heart like a cursed soul. Is something bad going to happen? Will Taewang hurt Mom and Dad when he will lose me? I can't forget the helpless eyes of Mom when he took me from my safe place to the hell. Hell? That wasn't hell. You know what hell is. I shuddered at the thought. How can my mind torture me with the past when I am already struggling with reality? It's all right. I prepared everything. Once you are out, he won't be able to harm them. Kai squeezed my hand reassuringly, which he didn't let go of from the start. I can't help but smile. He always understands me. What about you? I asked, but I am sure he would have thought about it too. But the moment the words came out, he stopped his every moment, his steps halted, his words stuck on his throat, and then he continued walking again. This stagnancy wasn't noticeable, but I noticed it. My grip tightened on his hand. I won't go if he has to pay for my mistake. I won't claim my freedom if my love will be caged in my place. I am in you, Yunny. If you are safe, nothing can happen to me, he said in his pained voice, which he did his best to hide. But I know him better than this. He can't hide his pain from me. He even never tried it before. But something happens for the first time in life. I am not going, Kai, not without you, I said in the most confident tone. He kept walking like my words went to deaf ears. I can't believe he didn't pay me any attention. He ignored me. Not that I am an attention seeker, but his ignorance is affecting me. It hurt me. A bright light spread into the hall, piercing my eyes. I looked away, but Kai didn't stop dragging me to the brighter world. But if this bright light is due to his sacrifice, then nothing can be darker than this. I won't be able to live with the thought of Taewang hurting him just because of me. Then it's better for him to hurt me. I am the reason of his rage. I looked around to find myself in the parking. There weren't many cars parked, not indicating there is any marriage inside. I rooted my legs. I can't lose Kai. It's now or never. Are you listening to me? I am not leaving without you. I wanted to shout, but my words came out as a mere whisper. Kai turned around, looking at me with fearful eyes, which he masked as anger. You're going, end of discussion, he said in a not-to-argue tone. Who does he think he is? He can't scare me with his dark tone, I know him. He is scared for me, but didn't I have the same right? But Kai, he will do nothing to me. He turned my words to his favor as he cupped my cheek, making me look into his feared eyes, which carry so much love, so much pain of separation. If you are gone, we can face-to-face fight Yun. He won't be able to use you against us. He doesn't love you, Yun. He is just taking revenge as you hurt his man's ego. I stared at him with my teary eyes. What if something happens to him? What if he loses the fight? I can't lose my archer. I can't let him get hurt because of me. I opened my mouth to say something, but closed it immediately, words stuck on my throat. You trust me? More than myself, I said, cupping his hands with mine, melting in his warmth. Then trust me, nothing will happen to me. I nodded. Without wasting another second, he held my wrist and started walking towards his car, which is parked near the entry. They have planned everything beforehand. I stared at his back with my racing heart. It's not that I am doubting his ability to fight with Taewang, but I am not as calm as his words always make me. Fear is still lingering at the corner of my heart. Fear of something awful is going to happen. But maybe I have been with that devil for so long that I have forgotten how to believe in good, how to hope for something which won't give me agony inside out. Whose thought won't send shivers down my soul? But now Kai will help me to recover. Maybe I won't be able to see him daily, but surely I will keep a check on him like always. And we will get married as soon as possible. He opened his car door and helped me to sit inside with my heavy dress like a gentleman. He never used force with me, never even shouted at me. He always shows how precious I am to him. And he is my blessing, my hope, my light. I smiled, looking around the car. It isn't a luxurious car, but it held the aura of belongingness. The air felt safe, not like Devil's car, which suffocates me. Kai settled behind the steering wheel and smiled towards me. I know how much stressed he is, but he is trying his best to soothe me, to not be anxious. I tried my best to give him a genuine smile before nodding. He nodded, starting the car. He reversed it to get out of the parking lot to the way of my freedom. My heart isn't stopped racing, but somehow I feel secure beside my love. He was always there to save me. From bullies, from dogs, from arrogant boys who want my attention. Kai is the best fighter I've ever seen. I am learning to fight because not everyone understands from words. Yuni, and I won't mind using fists to protect you. And he kept his word always. No one ever dared to give me a glance. He always protected me. I smiled widely. He is reversing the car to get out of this awful place. The place where people think it solves every misery of life was the cause of my misery. We were just about to leave when I heard a loud sound of some sort of blast as the car jerked a bit forward. My heartbeat increased as I could feel adrenaline rushing in my body. The horrible feeling that something is wrong ceased my brain from thinking something positive. What was that? I asked with my shivering voice, looking at Kai to see him as clueless as I am. No matter how much I wanted to hold on to the thread of hope, it already slipped from my hand and is now flying out of my reach. Let me check. Before he could complete, Kai's side door opened and someone pulled him out of the car. Another second, I heard a loud groan. Kai, I can clearly sense pain in his tone. He is in pain, my love is in pain. I unbuckled my seatbelt with my shivering hands. He was always there when I needed him. I should be there, beside him, fighting with him. I can't leave him alone now. As I turned around to open the door, but my heart dropped, my blood froze, as my soul shuddered under the dark gaze. There he is, the devil, with an angel's beauty. I can feel his burning gaze as I am just looking down, staring at his tight fist, which is turning white due to anger. I gulped hard, knowing what's in stock for me now. Going somewhere? Taewang's dark voice roamed around the car as tears again betrayed my eyes. I fisted my dress tightly to stop the shiver. You brought it on yourself, baby girl. Before I could understand what he meant, I was pulled out of the car, and he started dragging me to the other side of the car. Taeyang, please stop. My words stopped abruptly as the view in front of me crushed my every hope of claiming freedom again. I tried to run forward but suddenly pulled back against a hard chest. For another second, I am caged in the devil's arm as he back-hugged me. Did you like my wedding gift? He said softly, with so much calmness, my heart sank deeper with worse possibilities. I didn't look away, as there the love of my life is kneeling between two of Taewang's men and another one behind him pointing his gun at my Kai's head. Don't listen to this useless man, Uni. Just speak. Kai was struck by the back of the gun before he could complete. I gasped as I tried to break free from Taewang's grip. You have a pretty big mouth than you should. Let me show you the consequences. Taewang growled behind my ear. I can hear his angry breaths from behind. Beat him till death. No, please, Taewang, please don't harm him. It's not his fault. I am responsible. Don't hurt him. I pleaded in front of him, trying to not break down in front of him. My love can die because of me. I can't let this happen. I expected something from him, some kind of threat, a reaction, good or bad, anything. But nothing happened. His men didn't move a bit. Kai isn't moving. I didn't dare to shift from my place. The air is frozen from tension. The only proof that the world didn't stop is the continuous stroking of his hot breath on my nape. I am anticipating something bad, something worse, pain, shout, anger, but nothing. I flinched hard when he placed his chin on my covered shoulder. He wrapped his hands around my waist so softly that I shivered. This grip isn't warm but isn't cold either. It is lingering between them. So my wife still loves her ex. He said more like a fact than a question. I didn't look at him, staring at Kai, who is kneeling, glaring at Taewang, while the side of his lips is bleeding and maybe his head too. Tears leaving my eyes, exposing my helplessness. I never saw Kai injured. He used to be the best fighter in my school life, knocking down 4 to 5 boys without even a scratch. And now he is bleeding, all helpless, just because of me. Taewang sniffed me like a drug addict does to calm himself. But his next words could never be more opposite of calmness. I felt betrayed. You should be punished for betraying your soon-to-be husband. Husband, my foot. My blood boils listening to his disgusting words. But the next moment I shivered with fear. He nodded to his men as they started beating Kai. My heart is crying with pain looking at him bearing all the pain just for me. I tried running to them, pleading from Taewang to stop this, crying inside his embrace, which isn't better than any cage, but all he did is giggle at our helpless and vulnerable condition. "Please, Taewang, please stop this," I said between my sobs, trying to form words without slurring. "I beg you stop this." He tightened his grip as he snuggled in my long, pure black hair. My hands balled as I stopped myself from uttering something stupid. Kai loves my hair, but I felt so disgusted when he is touching it. "Enjoying the show, baby girl?" Taewang again put his chin on my shoulder, while looking at his men who are kicking my love, with an amused smile like it's his favorite show. I am sobbing, shivering due to anger, fear, and love. Yes, love, no matter how much they beat him. He didn't let a sound escape from his mouth, trying to console me wordlessly. "Heatsked, didn't you have energy?" I want to hear his cries. My heart dropped hearing his words. Kai is already bleeding. He coughed out blood a few moments ago. I have to stop him. I have to do something. But what? I tried to get out of his iron grip, and for the first time in all this time, our eyes met. He glared at me with fire in his eyes. "Hadn't I told you, you can't be able to stop me from harming this loser?" I nodded slowly, wiping my cheeks, but they are wet again. "Still, you put on that little stunt. See what you made me do, Yun? It's you. You did this to him." His words are like knives, piercing my heart, cutting it into pieces, but what hurts the most is that he is right. I shouldn't have tried. He is suffering because of me. I am not a good person. I am not a good lover. He was always there when I am in pain, and now I am the reason for his pain. I flinched when Kai's weak finger dropped near my feet. Some drops of his painful crimson painted my gown, telling who is responsible. But another second, a man grabbed his hair and pulled him back. "Tae, please, please, I will do anything. Just stop this, please, Tae," I said in a fearful tone. "Kai needs medication, that too soon. His wounds are deep, and there must be some internal damage. You will do anything?" I nodded without wasting any seconds. "Fine." I sighed in relief as he turned me towards him, staring so lovingly like he wasn't angry a few seconds ago, but his next words made my breath heavy and feared. "Whom do you belong to?" My heart sank. How can I say this? No, this isn't happening. Then I heard the painful groan from behind. I bite my lips. Should I say this? But it will break Kai's heart. Be careful, baby girl. If your answer didn't satisfy me, don't blame me for what happens next. He said it like it's the most normal thing to say. Whom? You. Belongs. To. Yoon. His calm voice sent shivers down my spine, but I have to do this. I have to sacrifice my pride to save him. You, I said while sobbing, hiccuping. You what? He growled loudly. I was so wrong when I thought I could never be more helpless. Here I am breaking the thing I treasured whole my life. Kai's heart. I belong to you. I stuttered. The place was silent, but I could hear it clearly. The sound of breaking, the shattering sound of Kai's heart, is echoing in my ears, killing me from inside. Who is your love? I sobbed harder. Why is he torturing me? Why can't he just kill me? No, Kai shouted, his voice thicker than before. It contained pain, not just physical, but emotional pain. I wanted to deny, I don't want to say. But not everything you want you get. I gulped, wetting my dry throat. Ignoring the pain of my love, I looked into Taewang's eyes and said with so much hatred in my voice, I love you. I stopped the urge of spitting the moment words escaped from my mouth. Taewang hugged me as I stood numb, vulnerable in his embrace, knowing I can't fight him. He pecked my forehead before uttering the worst words from his mouth. Let's get married.
Author POV. Sometimes we try to run from our destiny, without knowing that destiny is the best chaser. We make mistakes, we let our wisdom fail just to hide from it. But destiny, on the other hand, standing just behind us, is amused by our failed attempts of hiding. And when we are in the grasp of destiny, first we have to pay for all the wrongdoing. First, it burns us inside out to make us pure like before. And then show us what God planned for us. Then it will reward us for what we deserve. But will Yoon be able to repent her sins before she deserves reward? Or will Taewang will destroy her for the mistake? What do you all think?
Chapter 9. Cursed Vows. Yoon POV. I do. I never thought in my life that these words carry so much weight. That these words have the ability to destroy my life, shatter my dreams and hope. But guess what? It does. Not only the ability to destroy my happy life, but to convert it into a hell, where I will wish death every day. My eyes are burning to pour the tears from them. My throat wants to scream so loud that everyone present here can relate to the pain my heart is suffering from, but all I can do is to stand beside him, bowing my head in defeat. I looked around to see many familiar faces. All the people who call themselves my relative are sitting there with a motionless face. All those who used to cherish me, who say they are eager to do anything for me, are watching my destroyed life like a movie. Not even a single one of them stood for me, not even a single voice raised when the devil, aka Kim Taewang, dragged me towards the aisle. I shifted my gaze from them to Dad, my savior, my protector, my shield. He has been held by Taewang's men as he is crying there helplessly. My heart broke even more seeing his condition. I just wanted to run towards him and hug him. I wanted to tell him, he tried his best, he did everything he could to save me. That it's not his fault. But I can't. All I can do is stand there helplessly watching him break down in front of me. I sighed, preparing myself for the terrible pain as I saw Kai kneeling in the middle of the aisle. He is bleeding badly, his body is too weak to do anything, and his eyes are half open like he is too exhausted to be fully awake. My heart clenches with the knowledge that I am responsible for his state. He is still at gunpoint, even when Taewang didn't say it, even when I can't see someone pointing a gun at him, but I know. The killer is here, waiting for me to make a wrong move, and he will snatch the biggest gift of my life. I turn my attention towards my so-called groom, who tightened his grip on my hand as I didn't reply to the priest's question. How can I? It's not just a matter of 2 words, but my whole bloody life. How many things I planned beforehand to do after the marriage? How many things do I discuss with Kai to do after we will settle? How much Kai assured me about everything whenever I am afraid of the biggest change of my life. But that fear is nothing to this. This is the worst fear. The fear of the unknown. I don't know how this devil will treat me. Will he treat me like a slave? Will he pour the workload of the whole house just to see me exhausted, like he said before? Will he give me spicy food in every meal? Or are they just nothing compared to what he planned for me after marriage? A shudder ran all over my body just with the thought. How I wish this question would make me feel the luckiest person alive. How desperate I would be for a priest to complete his sentence so I can answer and get tied with Kai until my last breath. And now I wish this earth swallow me. Lee Yoon, will you take Kim Taewang as your husband? The priest repeated the question as Taewang glared at me. I closed my eyes, inviting darkness to consume me, as it's the only thing I will have in future. I took the deepest breath of my life, enjoying the last breath of freedom. I opened my eyes, staring directly into Taehyung's eyes, showing every inch of hate I have for him. I do. I wanted to shout. I wanted to express my misery to the world. I wanted to show how I am chained in this relation called marriage. But it came out as a faint whisper, merely audible to the people near me. But I know for sure one more person heard my merely inaudible whisper, the person who doesn't depend on the words to know me, the one who can read my mind like a book. As another second, I heard a sound of thud. I looked around to see Kai lying on the floor, lifelessly. Did they shoot him? After everything I did I still lose him? Will my soul carry the burden of another loved one for the rest of its life? My breath hitched with the thought. Sweat covered my face like water. I wanted to run towards him. I wanted to make sure everything which I had guessed. Every dreadful thought my mind produces is just an assumption. It's just the way my brain wants to torture me. Reality is miles away from it. But before I can be released from the hold of the devil, I heard the most threatening words. You may kiss the bride. My heart stopped beating, determined to kill me this very moment. A kiss? A promise of keeping all the promises. A stamp which will bind us into a thread in the God's eyes. A proof of our loyalty towards the relationship. The moment I realized it, I wanted to step back, but too late. Taewang already wrapped his arm around my waist. He pulled me towards him with a soft tug and stamped his burning lip on me. It felt like someone poured acid inside my mouth, everywhere his lips and tongue touching. I felt it burning with disgust. He didn't just invade my mouth forcefully, but my life too. He showed me the reality I wanted to refuse with everything I have. He is mine husband. All his right on me is granted by God. The spirit people say protect us is the one who shoved me into the fire of hell. He can touch me, claim me, force me, and I am in no condition to protect myself. I can't fight him. Just for one mistake? Am I wrong if I think the punishment is far bigger than the crime I committed? Is it unfair if I say his actions aren't justifiable? He licked every inch of my mouth with his burning tongue. I felt like bleeding, not physically but internally. My soul is bleeding. Everything I ever thought was a lie, every light of hope I ever saw was there just to mock my helplessness. This kiss made me realize I am again on the first block. My every struggle, every effort was just a waste. As I am meant for this, I am fated for this, cursed with the unbearable pain, which isn't just for body, but mind and emotions too. My knees felt weak as I lost breath, then I saw him staring at me so lovingly, but his lips is moving like a beast who didn't eat for centuries. I tried to push his shoulders with my weak hands. My body is going numb, and the unconsciousness is ready to claim me. Just when I gave up every hope of being conscious anymore, he broke the kiss, but pecked both my cheeks, letting his lips take my tears, and for the first time, I realized my tears. I was crying in helplessness. He leaned back, still holding me as my whole body is in his arms. Before I could understand something, he hugged me so tightly like he wanted to break my bones. A gasp escaped from my mouth as he kissed my exposed shoulder as he removed Kai's coat and burned it before dragging me into the church. You are mine now, only mine. These words felt like a life sentence to me. I felt him sniffing my scent and rubbing his nose around my shoulder, but I am busy crying silently for everything. Can this day get any worse? Let's go. He started dragging me with him, while I followed like a robot. My body is working, but my soul is dead. The will to live died the moment someone touched me against my will. But the urge to die has rejuvenated now. Now there is no Kai to bring a smile on my face, no mom to make me feel precious, no dad to make me feel protected. Why should I fight to live anymore? Will life imprisonment still be better than death? My tears dried as the cries of the soul didn't bring tears, it bring heart-aching pain. Pain I am feeling right now, when everything is snatched from me. The emptiness is so unbearable. I never assumed being stripped of hopes and dreams could make you loneliest. Emptiest. Soulless. Right now, I am not devastated, angry, sad, or anything. I am numb. Maybe my brain made a wall between my emotions and me to retain my sanity. But why? What's the point when you won't be free or happy? My eyes stare at the red carpet while Taewang is dragging me. I didn't struggle under his grip. I didn't even feel pain in his grip right now. All I can see and feel is red. The blood of my dead dreams and black, the color which overpower my light like hope. I didn't blink my eyes, just staring at the red carpet blankly until a hand appeared on its way. I moved my eyes forward to see the motionless body of Kai lying on the floor. Is he dead? No, this can't be happening. I wanted to cry over his condition. I wanted to fight from Taewang and run towards Kai and disappear where no one can find us. But I felt too exhausted for anything. I know I can't break Tae's iron-like grip. Then why try and waste your energy? Taewang kicked Kai's stomach, making him flip on his back. Such a waste, he said as he again started dragging me towards the exit. I turned around to see Kai's stomach moving when he breathed. He isn't dead. He didn't leave me alone. He can be treated now. I peeked inside myself to feel a bit of relief or happiness, but nothing. It feels like an empty box. My world just lost its colors the moment I uttered those two words. Those words caged me into the unbreakable cage. I sigh. Now I just have to find a way to get freedom. It won't be hard, I guess, if things will be same as before. He will give me enough time to think about a way. Meet him, baby girl. This is the last time you will see him. Taewang loosened his grip as I walked towards Dad, who is standing in a corner, bowing his head. I know he is crying, and it clenches my heart to see him this broken. Dad is a strong person. I never saw a tear escaping his eyes. He is the one who gives me hope, and today I am watching his light of hope so timidly. I am watching him break down for me. Dad. I hugged him while he is still crying. I am rubbing his back, trying to calm him. But how can he? He lost the person in front of his eyes, whom he cherished the most. I am tightening my grip on him as his sobs become soft and timid, but I didn't feel anything in his arms today. Does his embrace lose its warmth, or is my soul too cold to consider it? But the comfort I am craving the most right now, the comfort I got from him a few hours ago, is absent now. Princess, he broke the hug, cupping my cheeks, which are dry as no tears came as I felt nothing but emptiness, even in my dad's hug. Is this the end of my happy life? Is the beginning of endless pain in my life? No matter how dark the forest is, it will end. Animals will come out of their cages to get the gift of God. But you won't let your sword pierce a flower. Right? He said as I felt energy getting back in my soul again, not like before, but still enough for my soul to start breathing. And then suddenly I felt my cheeks getting wet, but he didn't wipe them off. He knows the difference between me fighting and giving up. I trust you. He patted my head as I nodded, wiping my tears. He glanced behind before sighing. Nothing can destroy an iron more than its own rust. He looked into my eyes like finding something. While I saw something which I was craving from long time. A white horse. I whispered while he smiled with his teary eyes. He patted my head once more as I relaxed under his hand. Somehow he filled the emptiness exist in my soul. I closed my eyes to feel the warmth under him. I am trying to retain this warmth as my life will be cold from now on, but another second, that warm touch is converted into cold. Colder. Coldest. I opened my eyes to see Taewang standing there and Dad is gone. My tears again slipped from my eyes as he leaned towards me while staring into my eyes, piercing holes in my soul. I hope your last conversation was nice, but time's up, baby. He whispered near my ear. From now on, you're mine. Only mine. His tone is dark, deep, and gives no space to argue. Taewang started dragging me towards the exit, while my eyes are roaming around the room, searching for Dad. Where did he disappear suddenly? There is everyone in the room, watching the drama of my life, but my eyes are seeking either the person who assured my safety or the person who is lying unconscious because he tried to keep me safe. But all their sacrifices are ruined just because of you. Why did you agree? But if I deny it, he would have hurt Kai. Hatred settled inside my heart for Taewang. He is a devil. I will never be his. Neither by body nor by soul. I will make sure he will regret forcing me into his life. I will be the destruction of his. Don't try, baby girl. You will never see them again. He jerked me forward and then pushed me into the passenger seat. I looked around with fearful eyes, scared his words are the harsh reality of my life, only to find his men blocking the sight of the entrance. Look at me. Taewang's deep voice roamed in the car as he turned me towards him while holding my nape. I am the only person in your life from now on. Your husband. Your family. Your life partner. I shivered under his commanding tone. He leaned forward and pecked my lips. And I won't tolerate your eyes searching for someone other than me. Understand? I lowered my head. How can he expect me to accept this forced relation? Is he in his senses? Understand, Kim Yoon? He jerked me forward as his angry growl roamed around the car. Please, Taewang, I said in a cracked voice as one of my hands held his to loosen the grip. Leave me. I will never show my face to you again. I will even He tightened his grip painfully, and I could see his another hand turned into a fist. I really provoked him now. His fist is pale like dead. I am sure a bit more pressure, and he will penetrate his nails in the palm. Listen here, you are not going anywhere. I want to see your face every day until your last breath, and I will make sure of it. He weighed every single word as he released my nape. His hands cupped my cheeks softly, like a few seconds before his fingers weren't eager to pierce my flesh. Wiping my tears, he said. Save it, baby. You will need them when we will reach home with tons of explanation. He released me and started the car, while my eyes are stuck on the rear view of the car to have a single glimpse of Dad. Which I never got. Sunset is near. We are traveling for God knows how long. I keep staring outside at the rushing cars and happy families inside them, reminding me how I don't have one anymore. Tears never stopped, just like time and the car I am caged inside. Every second, the thought to be far from my loved ones is clenching my heart. But does it affect even a bit Taewang? Nope. He is there driving while humming his favorite song. His lips never leave that disgusting smirk. Not that I looked at him for once, but a couple of times he intentionally jerked the car, so I fell towards him. He is enjoying my state. I can read the amused look in his eyes. I want everyone in the hall. I heard him cutting the call but ignored it. The fact there will be no space for my choices and decisions in my married life do hurt me, but can I do anything about it? I sighed disappointedly. I don't even want to marry the person who is now my so-called husband. Why am I even asking the questions which will eventually hurt me? I need to stop thinking nonsense and figure out a way. I looked at the sky while we are moving on a barren road which is made between a forest, I suppose. There, the sun is glowing last time as darkness is determined to claim on the day. I felt it as my life, but the difference is my life's sun will never rise again. I see you're tired. Don't worry, we are about to reach our home. Taewang said lovingly. But his words can only provoke me. That isn't my home. If you want me in the home, then you have to drive all the way back. Words escaped my mouth unknowingly. I bite my tongue for being so stupid. But too late, I felt a cold grip on my cheeks as my face jerked towards him. He squeezed my cheeks painfully as his eyes are still on the road with one hand on the steering. Put that thing in your little brain that you are not going anywhere. You will spend the rest of your life in that house. Doesn't matter you want it or not. You can see it as your home or prison. The choice is yours. He pulled my face closer to him as his dark brown orbs landed on me like he didn't need to look forward while driving. And if I have to tie you up with chains to keep you here, I won't think twice before doing it. He released my face harshly before stopping the car and climbing out of it. Another second, the door on my side is open. I was collecting my dress to step out of the car when Taewang lifted me in his arms. I was frozen for a few seconds. Quite, he said in the coldest voice ever. His face is no less than a stone, while I can feel his aura becoming dark and dangerous. I look forward only to get the biggest shock of my life. Oh, my God. Please let it be a dream. I don't want it to be the reality. This can't be real. The Kim Mansion is standing there proudly. The most expensive and heritage living place in Korea. Kim family is the richest, coldest, and most disciplined family on the continent, but their identity are hidden for safety issues. Kim Taewang. Is he one of them? No, God, please. How can I hide from a Kim? But how? He was the nerd when we first met, but Kim always studied at one of the oldest universities in the world. What's its name? I looked toward him to see the devil disguised as a human. His black-brown orbs are dark, as I can see the black fog behind him because of the aura. Now it makes sense why Taewang don't talk to anyone other than me in school. Why he was never been bullied while he was disguised as a nerd. Why he was always so possessive about me from the moment we started dating. Because he isn't a normal student from a normal family. He is a goddamn Kim. I gulped. Why do I have to prank with one of the members of the most powerful, oldest, and richest family? Why didn't I target anyone else for that stupid prank? I looked forward with a racing heart to seeing giant doors opening by two men who didn't dare to look at us. Taewang walked inside as his powerful footsteps echoed in the otherwise silent hall. Not that the hall is empty. It is filled with all the workers of the mansion, according to me. Chefs, cleaners, guards, drivers, everyone, but I can't see a single female among all these people. Welcome the new member of the Kim family. Mrs. Kim. Taewang. His voice held so much authority, which made everyone bowed in front of me before he continued further. No matter what she asks, you will take her every word as a command, except her will of going out. A few people on the left side of the hall with the same dress nodded with all the guards who are bordering the hall. She should not skip any meal if you don't want me to starve you all. My soul shuddered at his words. How can he torture everyone just because of me? Don't let her harm herself if you all want to live. I hold his coat as I hide my head from all of them, even when they aren't looking at me, but I can feel the burning in my body. I don't want them to see me as a monster like him. Do not touch her at any cost, otherwise, I will burn you alive. Shuddered under his grip as his whole attention is on others right now. I won't tolerate even a stare at my wife. He growls as the aura of the bright hall is so dark that even a devil can shiver here. I repeat, Don't let her escape. Feed her every meal. Don't let her harm herself. Don't touch her. No eyes on her. Understand? Yes, master. Everyone bowed in front of him. He nodded in satisfaction. You all are dismissed. Seconds after his command, the hall filled with people became empty. I looked around to see a big hall with luxurious furniture and a chandelier. The hall somehow retained vintage feeling with modern things. Eyes on me, wifey. Taewang lifted me a bit higher towards him. You will just look at me, right? I nodded like a small child in fear because of his dark and dangerous eyes. Why the hell is there so much noise in the mansion? A growl is echoed around the hall as a man, a bit older than Taewang, walks down the stairs while rubbing his eyes. Taewang slowly put me down as he looked at the man with the same amount of shock as I am looking at him in terror. I gulped down. How many Kims live here? I read they are strict people and can't tolerate the slightest mistake. Hyung, what are you doing here? Taewang looked at the person who lazily stepped down from the last step. The short man glared at Taewang, ignoring me. Well, I am not complaining though. I came here to discuss something after winding up the mess you created. But as you weren't here, I thought of having a small nap. He said, still yawning. You should be careful, Hyung. Now I am a married man. He said, snaking his hand around my waist and tugging me towards him. I rolled my eyes, feeling irritated with his skinship. I tried to jerk of his hand, but he tightened his grip. Okay. The man nodded unbothered. Wait, you what? He yelled another second like it's an impossible thing. Meet Kim Yoon, he said with a wide smile on his face. For a second, I forget he is the same person because of whom countless people shivered a few minutes ago. He looks like a small child who got his favorite chocolate with a smile. Sam, he growled another second, snatching any comfort I felt with him for few seconds. A man in his late 30s or early 40s appeared, bowing to him. Half an hour, serve Mrs. Kim dinner and make sure she eats. Then show her the way to our room. He commanded with his deep and scary voice. I have to wind up some important work, darling. We will meet in the bedroom now, baby girl. He whispered, making me scared of the coming future. Yes, master. He bowed again. Come, Mrs. Kim. I was being pushed slightly towards Sam as I followed him. Is she the same girl because of whom Jinwoo is sulking around the office and bashing every single employee around him? I heard the voice of the man. While following Sam.
Author POV. Sometimes the road we choose to avoid our destiny is the one which leads us there. Yoon was trying to run from him, not knowing she was running towards him. Taewang did want her all for himself, but he also wanted her spark. The thing which makes her, her. He wanted to retain everything what make her his angel. Which brought life back to his heart. But will he be able to control himself from breaking the softest thing in his world? Will he be able to save Yoon from himself? Or will he destroy the one he wanted to spend his whole life with?
Chapter 10. Clean Not Forgiven. Yoon POV. Every single step is stabbing daggers in my heart. My eyes are teary, but not even a drop dared to spill. I clenched my dress tightly, taking another step. My breaths are ready to stop. I am ready to collapse in the darkness, but it refuses to claim me, wants me to suffer. Not that this thing will snatch my only virtue, but I am not strong enough to endure it again. I took a deep breath, looking forward to the place where my biggest nightmare resides. I am. The bride is walking towards the room for my first night. The thought itself frightens me. How many things I dreamt about it. How Kai assured me about everything. He was so understanding and never made me uncomfortable. But him? The devil, aka Kim Taewang? I shook my head. I don't even want to think about what he can do to me. My feet are pleading with me to stop. My hands are drenching the dress with my sweat, pain, and fear. Why do I have to end up like this? Why he can't be someone normal whose command I can deny. I wanted to run back and hide inside the luxurious kitchen. I wanted to vanish, but all I could do is to take another step, reducing the gap between me and the devil's den, his rune. I swear, if it is me who is going to be the victim of his wrath, I would have chosen the other way. I am willing to spend a whole night in the hall where there are countless people, then in a room with one devil. The master of Kim Palace. Kim Taewang. But do I have a choice? Nope. Never. I sighed disappointedly, remembering Sam's words. Mrs. Kim, if you don't want to go, then no one can force you, but I think you should know about this rule that no Kim is accountable for following orders. It's the servants to whom orders are given. I don't want anyone to suffer because of me. I haven't been able to lighten up the guilt of Kai's condition till now. Taewang is such a clever fox. He didn't order me, but indirectly forced me to follow him. I gulped the lump forming in my throat when I found myself in front of the door. It takes everything, every single atom inside me, to not turn around and run. I pulled my shivering hands up to knock on the glass of the door, which has a wooden vintage design. I know Kim Mansion is one of the oldest places in South Korea, but I never thought people here would have retained our cultural legacy with modern comfort. Come in. I heard a faint voice from inside, but it felt like a growl to me. Before I become weak and choose myself over people who have nothing to do with this. I pushed one of the two doors slightly open and entered in the devil's den. If I say I am scared, then this will be an understatement. I am shivering to my core, and the silence inside the room isn't helping either. I took another step, and suddenly the door locked with a thud sound. Come here. If voice could have a color, Taewang's voice has the darkest one. The voice from which the devil himself will shiver. Do I have to repeat? I heard his stern voice. I shook my head as words refused to escape from my mouth. What is going to happen to me? The only question roaming inside my head, which is answered with the worst possibilities. I took a step with my weak legs, which are begging me to stop. My eyes are stuck on the carpeted floor as sweat is covering my forehead in the fully conditioning room. I am walking towards him with the smallest steps possible. I wanted this distance to become an endless way. Don't test my patience, baby. You already have enough in your plate tonight. He snapped in the calmest way. But that doesn't mean it helped. Well, even worse, I am scared to death. Why do I have to be his wife? Why does he have to be Kim? Why I mentioned about him to Kai? Why? All the mistakes I did is flashing in front of my eyes as I commanded my legs to walk fast. Not that they accepted completely, but still, my speed accelerated a bit. And soon I can see his legs spread in the reciprocal V shape. Yes, I said, not even trying to hide my fear. I am not strong enough to fight with him. Come closer, he commanded. I took the smallest of the big steps. Now I can see his one hand on his thigh and the other holding a red wine glass. Closer. I took another step as my breath is stuck in the middle. But before I can understand something, a scream escaped my lips as I was being pulled and landed on his lap. The moment I understood, I tried to get up, but too late. He already snuck his hand around my waist and pulled towards his hard chest. I flinched when he placed his chin on my bare shoulder, sending shivers to the core of my soul. The tears I commanded to stay in my eyes disobeyed me when I felt him snuggling in my hair. He hummed like he is satisfied with the smell. Ready for punishment, baby girl? Fear seized my heart. What is he planning to do now? The things he did in the past 3 days aren't enough for him. He wants to give me more pain. I gulped, not responding, when I felt him raising my face with his cold hand. Let's see what else you did, Taewang said, and for the first time I noticed a large television in front of me isn't broadcasting a show, but a CCTV clip of the church, where he had bound me in this meaningless relation. He kept his chin on my shoulder while his full concentration is on the clip where I am crying my heart out in Dad's embrace. Suddenly, I felt his grip tighten when Dad kissed my head, the amused smile erased from his lips like it was never there. His eyes are spitting fire towards the screen as he gulped a large amount of wine. I can feel the reflexes of his neck muscles as they are just behind my shoulder. Fear took a better hold on me as I heard him saying, "He won't be able to do it now." He pecked my neck as he again concentrated on the further movement on the clip, while my heart skipped a beat. Those aren't words which are meant for me to hear, but no matter how much we try, our minds never listen to us. He was just trying to console himself, but now I know the limit of my cage. He was possessive from the start. Actually, a lot more ton of possessive than a normal person should be. I remembered when he beaten a boy of my class just because he helped me with notes. That was the first week of our relationship, and I never bothered asking him how he can fight being a nerd. There were a lot of clues in the time passage of that whole month, but I was too stupid to even notice them. Doubting on him was another thing. People used to say I am smart, and I trusted their words so blindly that it turns out I am the dumbest person alive. I blinked to stop another tear from falling before looking towards the screen, but another second, my breath stopped as I remembered what I did next. Taewang. I tried to distract him from the screen, but before I could think about something, I heard a loud sound of something shattering, and then I am pushed on the bed harshly. So this is what you were doing all this time, huh? Hugging your lover, spending time with him, betraying your husband who is on his way to marry you. His voice is dangerously calm than I expected, which is enough for me to freak out. I looked past him towards the screen, where I am hugging Kai with all my might, crying on his shoulder, trying to console myself about the future. Future which is destroyed now. Future which I never expected and would have never accepted if things are in my control. Future where I am lying beneath a devil, all helpless and vulnerable. I stared at the screen, craving Kai's comfort, Kai's closeness. But another moment, my face was turned towards him harshly. Missing your lover, I see. He squeezed my cheeks due to my lack of response. No worries, I can replace him. Before I could understand what he meant, Taewang stamped his burning lips on me. I started crying as I tried pushing him. But no use. The more strength I use, the more I realize about my weakness. I am not strong enough to push him back when he is devouring my mouth like a hungry wolf. Biting, licking my mouth is disgusting. Making me feel like a cheater. Reminds me of Kai, the only person who has the right to kiss me, to whom I gave the right. I am not a cheater, right? No. You are. A sob escaped my lips as my heart answered, not considering my state, still eager to torture me. I started hitting him on the chest while crying under him, at his mercy when he broke the kiss. And another second, his burning lips landed on my exposed shoulders. My hands on his shoulder, trying to push him unsuccessfully. As tears never stopped raining. Now I am angry, baby girl. He inhaled my smell before biting my shoulder. I don't like his smell on you. He starts kissing my shoulders as I am trying to wiggle out of his grip. Did you forget what I did to you when you kissed him? Past torture flashed in front of my eyes, my vulnerable state, the pathetic way I seek for his comfort. How mercilessly he forced me to eat that food. Did you, baby girl? He again bite my collarbone painfully. I shake my head, not wanting to make him angrier. He stopped and looked at me. I inhale a suffocated breath when he rears back a bit. But then he licked my wet cheek before biting it. Words, baby, let me hear your scared voice. No. Taewang, please. Then what should I do with your body, huh? He cut me, as he kissed the place on my cheek where he stabbed his teeth before. Should I burn the skin which he touched? I shivered from his words as he again started kissing my neck again. Or should I kiss every inch of your body? He said more like an acceptable suggestion than a question. No, please, He again bit my skin, pulling it with his teeth painfully. Or should I claim your body completely? To remind who you belong to. Who is right on you? No, Tae, please. I gulped, forcing the words out. I have to do this, to save my soul. I have to sacrifice my respect. I am sorry, please, I won't do it again. He pulled back, looking at my pathetic state with his eyes which contain fire. Fire, which is eager to swallow my soul alive, which is craving my wounded state. Sorry. Taewang's voice was composed, but I could hear the growl he is suppressing. For what? To think I am a fool. I looked aside, not able to keep eye contact when his gaze is burning my soul. A tear soaked on the bedsheet who is witnessing my misery. For thinking you can escape with that loser? I closed my eyes when more tears flowed down. But he turned my face towards him. To think you can escape from a Kim? His last sentence was a bit loud, but he is trying his best not to shout. Not that it is helping in any way. His every action is confusing me about him. He gives me pain, but he is the one who cures them too. He is the reason for my panic attacks, but he gives me comfort too. He is the one who makes me break every promise, but he is keeping his every promise. He isn't just controlling my body, but playing with my mind and emotions too. My soul shivered with his words. His dangerously calm voice is more creepy than his shouts, forcing my mind to concentrate on each and every word. Tae. His lips cut my pleas as his tongue again showed how weak I am under him. Let's go, he said, getting up and pulling me from the bed. Before I could understand something, he started dragging me towards a corner of the room. Oh God, what he is up to now. Isn't it enough? Why is he killing me like this? Why does his every word fill my heart with regret and hate in the same ratio? It's true I am a victim right now, but he was also a victim of my cold-hearted prank. Victim when I didn't stop Kai from humiliating him. I didn't give him a proper closer. But all these mistakes are enough to justify his actions? My mind brought me back to my captive's grip when I felt the slippery floor under my feet than the grip of carpet fur. I looked around to find one of the most luxurious bathrooms I had ever seen in my life. Its pure white tiles like it was never used before, while the dim golden light reflects around with the help of mirrors, clearly speaking about the legacy of wealth. Suddenly, I was jerked forward, causing my back to collide with the cold tile. Not hard enough to get hurt, but sufficient to send shivers between the cold tiles and his burning glare. He came towards me while my feet were itching to walk back, but then it hit me. I am surrounded by glass as I am inside the shower. What's in his mind now? Is he going to molest me here? Will he break me into pieces which I won't be able to piece together? He leaned towards me, while my body became numb with the worst possibilities. I wanted to fight, I wanted to protect, but I know better. I know how to get less pain. He took a deep breath before spitting on the side where the water would drain. He stepped back, making a disgusting face. But another second, I felt my body drenching from the artificial rain, making my dress heavier while my eyes stuck on him who was walking out, through the water, making a soft boundary between us. I thought he spared me, that now I can open my heart and express my emotions without being mocked by him. But no, he never fails to break my hope. Walking towards me with dominating, manly steps, he barged into my personal space, while I am too numb to hide myself from him. I dare you to step out before an hour and you will see the worst of me. I wanted to laugh so badly. Worst of him. Wasn't this worse for him? Can he think more than this? He poured body wash on my shoulder and then leaned towards me. T. Again, my conscience woke up as I put my hands on his shoulder, but too weak to do anything as he pinned me against the tiles, drenching himself in the same shower. Make sure to clean yourself nicely, otherwise, I will do it in my way. He whispered and then walked out in his drenched clothes, leaving me under the flowing water whose temperature my numb brain is unable to consider. Everything which starts has an end, right? Everything will finish after a certain amount of time. Everything has a limit in this world. This is what every one of us believes, or at least this what world taught us from childhood. But today, while standing under the shower with my shivering body and heavy heart because of betrayal and regret, I got to know there is something which never ends. Tears, the more you pour them, the more they want to get free, same like pain. The more pain you release, more is eager to claim your mind for fetching its closure. In this whole hour, I cleaned myself, washed my hair and body to make sure nothing left which is old in me now. Today I didn't rain's fragrance and comfort of Kai, but also my old self too. I let water take away my every regret, every mistake. This was my atonement for what I did to Taewang. What I caused to Mom, Dad and Kai. With every tear, I gave myself a closer. With every tear, I let myself free from the chains of the past. It didn't mean I won't cry anymore. It doesn't mean I will be unbreakable, but it means I will never lose hope. Even in the darkest of nights, I will be the person seeking for a ray of light. I will never let the rope of hope fall from my hands, which Dad handed me. I closed my eyes, letting the last few tears escape and mix in this water, as I took a deep breath, inhaling the scent of jasmine, my favorite. Taking deep breaths, I composed myself, but my eyes never stopped their betrayal. I flinched because of the alarm, telling me the 1 hour is finished. His chosen time for my misery is over. But do I want to get out of this now? No. If it's in my hand, I will choose to live the rest of my life here than confronting that devil again. Sighing heavily, I turned around, closing the diverter of the shower and walking out with my ridiculously heavy dress and heavier heart. This bath changed me a lot. No doubt that doesn't mean it extracted every % of fear for things getting wrong now. I peeked from the bathroom door, only to find a walk-in closet. Was this always here and I was in my own world to notice it? Or the Kim Taewang order to create it in 1 hour for his so-called love? I rolled my eyes with the thought while I browsed through the clothes. There are so many dresses, sleeveless, knee-length, deep neck, something which I will never wear. I walked forward to see some trousers and shirts hanging at the end of the row. I smiled, walking towards them. Still, I have control over something. Still, I can choose something in my life. I tightened the hold on the doorknob as fingers of my feet were gripping the fur of the carpet as I abandoned the wet sandals at the corner of the room. Taking a deep breath, I opened the door, praying not to see that devil again. But surely my wish went unanswered as he is sitting on the edge of the bed using his mobile. Taewang craned his neck after noticing my presence. He smirked, eyeing me from head to toe. "Come here, baby." He patted his lap as my body instantly became stiff. I unwillingly stepped towards him, forcing my legs after every step, while forcing my tears to stay inside my eyes. I walked towards him silently, hoping my obedience will help me to pass the rest of the night smoothly. The moment I settled on his lap, he back-hugged me, snuggling his face on my wet hair. He inhaled a deep breath before humming as satisfaction laced his tone. My body relaxed knowing there would be no threat for now. But nothing could be farther from the truth, as another second I felt him unbuttoning the first 2 buttons of my shirt. "What?" "Shoo, baby girl, you're just clean, not forgiven." My hand tried to stop him, but it was too late as he swiftly removed my shirt from my shoulder, exposing the same amount of shoulder. Tears again welled up in my eyes, but I didn't let them escape now. I know this strong facade of strength won't last long in front of him, but I will keep trying. "So tell me, who are you?" he said, sounding like an intoxicated person, as he is rubbing his nose behind my ear. "Yoon." I flinched another second as he bit my earlobe. "Nope, you are Kim Yoon, wife of Kim Taewang." He deadpanned as I nodded swiftly. "Who am I?" he asked again as he went towards my shoulders, sniffing every inch of them. "Kim Taewang," I whispered as my body is itching to wiggle out of his grip, but I knew better. He again hummed as he tightened his arms around me. "Who I am to you." Gulping hard, I wet my throat to bring out those sinful words. "Husband." "Repeat," he said, going towards another shoulder. "You are my husband." He nodded, satisfied as he put his chin on my shoulder and his hands intervening my hands. "Your hands are beautiful," he said before kissing both of them. A chuckle escaped from his lips when I tried to free my hands from him. "You won't hold someone else's hand again, right?" he asked in a tone which clearly indicated that triggering him won't be in my favor. "No," I mumbled. "If you hold anyone's hand other than me, I will cut their hands and yours too. Understand?" Every ounce of sweetness in his tone is replaced by thick darkness. I nodded, feeling a lump on my throat, but maybe it didn't satisfy him as he tightened the grip on my hands, making me feel it gonna break any moment. "Yes," I said as a tear escaped from my eyes. My first defeat after a new start.
Author POV. Life is a delicate clay. One wrong move and the outcome will be totally different. If you want your life to be like fine art, then you have to be the artist. Artist of wisdom. But the main question is, Will Taewang be soft enough to turn their life into a piece of art? Or his uncontrollable power turns that clay into dust?